What's up, dude? What's up, gangster? What the fuck you doing, man? Yeah, smash that like button, dude. Inside MMA, what's up, man? What the fuck you doing? My buddy Nicky from Boston. What are you doing, Nick? Fuck you doing, man? How you doing, brother? Maybe Eastern Gym, maybe in and out. Hey, I appreciate you just stopping through in the first place. You know? What is going on, y'all? What the fuck y'all doing, man? Can everybody hear me okay? I finally got my setup with my mic and the computer and everything. So let me know how it sounds. Let me know how the audio is. I have a tendency to shout sometimes when streaming out of just that's how I talk, and just, a little nervousness sometimes. But yeah, sometimes I tend to talk loud. But anyways, I hope y'all are doing good. It is Wednesday? Is this a week? What is this? Yeah, no, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday, April 14th. And I wanted to talk some fucking MMA. So I wanted to talk some MMA with y'all. But first, I hope, like I said, I hope the volume is okay. I hope y'all can hear me all right. The Wi-Fi signal goes from really good to okay. It actually is pretty good, the internet here, but it's a little stormy today, so the towers might not be. I don't fucking know. But the internet is it's okay today. But anyhow, I got my setup. I got my shit set up. So let me know how the audio is. If I need to turn the volume up, if I need to turn it down, because I had somebody tell me that it was kind of cracking a little bit. And that probably because I had the volume turned up too high. And considering how loud I talk sometimes, let me know if that's an issue. I want it to sound, it's not going to sound peerless, but I want it to sound as peerless as possible. I have a decent mic, and I'd like to put it to use and have the levels and everything set right. So if any audio files happen to pop into the chat, shout out to Moy's Audio, anybody else that knows what they're talking about, any audio files, let me know how the audio is, man. Do I need to turn it up? Do I need to turn it down? Do I need to what level do I need to set? I don't know dick when it comes to fucking audio equipment. All right. So, but yeah, I did get my setup. Let me know how the audio is, and give it just a couple more minutes and then we'll get this thing started. Shout out to the two people in the building. Yes, like my dude Marlon says. God damn, it tastes good. Shout out to my dude Marlon. Marlon Z says, smash the like button. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Smash that like button, boys. I would greatly appreciate it. It definitely helps a little bitty old channel like mine get just a little bit more visibility in the algorithm. But okay, there's one person in the building. At least one person can bear witness to this. Before I get this thing started, I want to clarify one of the tweets that I made earlier this morning. And I don't have the tweet right in front of me, but I will quote it. I remember what the tweet was. I can give you the, I'm going to quote it word for word as best I can, but I'll pretty much tell you what it was. Okay. I'm not going to preface it or anything. I'm just going to this is what it was. I said, anti-vaxxers are some of the stupidest motherfuckers walking the face of the planet. And if they're not stupid, I think I said, if they're not stupid, they're bad faith actors or grifters. I said, pick one and go hang out with the flat earthers, you fucking nincompoops. I'm pretty sure it was something like that. I just want to elaborate a little bit on that and clarify it. And of course, I big fucking mouth me. I don't always use the best choice of words. So I would like to maybe not redact that, but let me say what I really meant to say. And keep in mind, this is out of frustration too. I think anti-vaxxing is stupid. If you are an anti-vaxxer and you were offended by what I said, I apologize. I don't hate anti-vaxxers. I think anti-vaxxing is stupid, and that's what I should have said. But yeah, like I said, it just is what it is. I don't want to spend the stream talking about that, but I did want to clarify. I wanted to edify. I wanted to flesh that out a little bit and use a better choice of words. That's what I should have said, because that's what I really mean. You can feel however you want to about it. And you're welcome to your opinion, just like I'm welcome to mine. But I just don't want anybody to get the wrong idea. I know there's a lot of my friends. I have some of my family are anti-vaxxers. Like, it's just something I said out of frustration. If you're an anti-vaxxer, I don't think you are stupid just because of that. I just think that belief is stupid. That's all. That's all. I just think anti-vaxxing in itself is stupid. And that's what I should have said. But like I said, I'm not going to spend the stream talking about that. I just wanted to make a point while I had a couple people in the building. But shout out to the 3 people that are here. But yeah, it has been a week since my first vaccine. I feel fine. I did feel kind of like shit for a couple of days. It was like a week kind of flu thing, but I feel fine now. But yeah, it was Pfizer. Nick says, I'm so offended. He said, I'm crying right now. Tears are flowing, bro. I'm crying everywhere, bro. He said, talk your shit, bro. He said, dude, no biggie. I'm just waiting another 4 to 6 months. I don't blame you at all, man. Hey, dude, my wife didn't want to go do that shit. She didn't want to. And I didn't force her to. I just told her, I said, hey, I'm going to get mine. And then she said, okay, wait, I'll come with you. It was kind of like that. I understand, man. I understand, like, people's hesitation with it. But I just, yeah, I said, I don't want to spend the stream talking about that. I don't want to make that the focus of anything. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say. I think that practice is stupid. I don't think people are stupid just because they believe that. So that's what I want to say. Okay. He said, fuck your freedom of speech, bro. I know, man. Fuck that. I want fascism. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. No, man. Freedom of speech like a motherfucker. So Boston Nick, what's up, my G? What's up, gangsters? Fuck y'all doing, man? All right, let's talk some fucking UFC, boys. You saw the title of the stream. The description said see the title. So yeah, all UFC talk. I figured we would talk a good bit about Kelvin Gastelum and Robert Whittaker or any other fight that's on that card. That's obviously free game, but really any UFC fight that's on the horizon, title pictures. I love talking about that shit. I could do it every day of the fucking week. So let's do that. Whatever direction you want to take it, I will drop the link. If anybody wants to come in, Nick or anybody, you want to talk some shit about some UFC, some fights. Before I get too far ahead of myself, shout out to my dude, the homie New Jersey Insight fan. I think that's what it is. I hope I got that tag right. But shout out to my dude, New Jersey, man. So New Jersey and I had a healthy little discussion about Robert Whittaker and Kelvin Gastelum this morning. We got into it over the main event, and it ended in a friendly little wager. So I got a little action, boys. You know if you know my channel at all, you know I'm not really a gambling man. My father was a gambling man. I'm not really a gambling man. But I do got a little action this week, boys. I got a little something on the line. I got $5 whole on Kelvin Gastelum. I say you're gonna knock Robert Whittaker out. Now it's really just a winner. Like, he's on Whittaker, I'm on Kelvin. But yeah, I got a little something on it this week. But shout out to my dude, New Jersey. I believe it's New Jersey. Let me get this right. Let me pull this up and get this right, because I like this dude a lot. Him and his crew. Shout out to all of them. Cage My IQ, MMA Drunkie, and New Jersey, man. But let me get his tag right so you can follow him on Twitter. But yeah, we got a friendly little wager this Saturday. Yeah. Yeah, you like that? You like that? Is that you, bro? Is that you? Free beer, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bet a little beer on it. He said beer? He said beer for beer? He said beer for beer, bro? Yes, indeed. Let me do that. But I just wanted to let me make sure I got this dude's, because I do want to give him a shout out. I like this dude a lot, and like I said, his whole fucking crew. I like all those dudes. I fuck with D-Bake and MMA Drunkie and all those dudes. They're cool as fuck. But yeah. Let me get it right. Get it tight. Yes. Where the it's always when I try to do something that I fucking like, why can't it be easy when I try to do stuff? Okay, here we go. New Jersey MMA Insight OG fan. It's at capital N lowercase J MMA capital Insight, like it sounds. So this is at capital N lowercase J MMA capital Insight. All the Insight is capital, like it sounds. But yeah, shout out to him. Shout out to D-Bake and Jay Henry. Yeah, and shout out to Mad Dog and all the fucking the new friendly faces that I've been interacting with lately on MMA Twitter. Shout out to you guys. What's up, Zoe? I see you. What's going on, Zoe? How's everything down in old South Carolina? Yep, that's it. Yep, that's it. But yeah, shout out to those guys, man. But yeah, they do great interviews and stuff. I'm pretty sure this is not a spoiler because they have been trying to get the word out, but they got an interview with John Anik coming out very soon. So be on the lookout for that. If you follow Cage My IQ's Twitter, you can see he's posted a clip, and I know Drunkie's been posting it a lot too. So check that out. Follow Cage My IQ, and let me get Drunkie's let me get his shit right too, so I can shout him out. I'm gonna scroll up here. Of course, it's always when I want to find something, it's just like okay, here we go. Yes, this is all lowercase, at J Henry, like it sounds, JAYHENRY 79. The numbers at J Henry 79, all lowercase. Yeah, and shout out and Cage My IQ. I think it's at Cage. Fuck. Yeah, at capital C Cage capital I lowercase q. There you go. There you are. And there you are. Cool. You out, Nikki? Oh, you got to run? Oh, you're saying later. Peace, MMA Insight. Yeah. Thank you, man. You're welcome anytime. Peace, dude. Yes, indeed. The replay will definitely be up. What is up, Jacksonville Zoe says stop in and show some love and hit the like button. I surely appreciate that, Zoe. I really do, man. Hope you have a good evening. I don't know what the weather is like down there. I ain't just too far from you, Zoe. Here in the eastern shore of Maryland, it is cloudy and dreary. Might be raining out there a little bit. I ain't been outside too much today, but I was outside yesterday and it was cloudy as well. Yes, I do go outside, and as the kids say, touch grass. I touched some grass, bro. Touch grass. Fuck, I want to smack some of those kids on the touch grass. Boy, I planted more grass. I laid more sod. I fertilized. I've fertilized. I've A&O'd more. I've aerated and overseeded, and I fertilized, and I fucking laid more sod than you. Just really irritates me when I hear that. Touch grass. I was playing outside in the 1980s. Jet. I was riding my bike around in the 1990s, dude. Please. What's up, gangster? Appreciate you. Sunny and 80 degrees here. God damn, it would be. Damn, South Carolina. Yeah, you probably. We're probably getting. Did y'all have nasty weather like early this morning or like late last night? Because we might be getting what y'all have. That's usually how it happens, right? How the jet stream goes. Like it fucking whatever hits. Like I don't know. Like the southeast usually kind of goes back up to the northeast, kind of shit like that. But it's not always like that. Smoking grass? Oh, I mean, I've never done that before in my life, so I don't really know anything about that. So I don't really know what you're talking about, sir. Yeah, man, what do you want to talk about? Let me drop the link, and then we can talk about whatever, man. I figure I do want to talk a little bit. I've been talking about some. We can definitely talk about Gaslam and Whitaker, but it's really whatever you guys want, man. I will post the link. God damn, I might want to highlight it first, right? Jesus Christ almighty. the fuck, man? Okay, here we go. Here we go. What's up, Mark? Mark Ungerfer. Yeah, I saw that shit, man. Yeah, I try and steer clear of the politics as much as I can. I was just saying, I just had to address a comment that I made early this morning, and clarify what I meant. But yeah, I try and steer clear of that. I was venting in a moment of frustration, but I like to steer clear of the politics as much as I can these days. I am pretty apolitical, but yeah. So well, now that you brought that up, let's talk about that fight. What do you guys think about that fight, real quick? What do you guys think about that fight? Well, we let it cook. Or we let it get cooking. There's a link right there. But yeah, she said something like better dead than red. Now, I do know that Lithuania and Russia have some history, and it's not always been super chill, dude. If you know what I mean, dude. It hasn't been like super gnar and chill exactly between those two countries, historically wise. So I don't really know too much about all of that. I'm American. I grew up in the South. I only know about what I know about. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I do pay attention somewhat, but I don't know that much about Russian history and Lithuanian history. I just looked up a little bit, and apparently they were not like they have some fucking bad blood and bad history. So I think maybe that's like Bros is just making foolish blanket statements about communism. I don't know. I don't know whether they're stupid. I don't know whether she has a point. I don't fucking know. But okay. Well, we got Little Dicky. Jesus Christ, man, I love this dude. He's a character, man. All right, let me bring my dude. Let me bring my dude Boston Nick in here. I won't spend too much time with a mouthy intro. I'll just bring him in. My buddy Nicky from Boston. What's going on, Nicky? How you doing today?
Voila.
How you doing, pal?
Voila.
What's up, Nicky? How you doing, pal?
Hooking and jabbing, sticking and
moving.
moving.
Like that? Hold on. Shit. I fucked up. Hold on. I forgot when I have this mic, I gotta plug headphones into the underside of the microphone. Hold up.
Oh, gotcha.
Hold up. Fucking idiot sense. What's up, dude? Can you hear me now?
Yes. And after that, oh Lord.
Oh.
Oh Lord. Sinuses. It's down here in South Florida. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Oh man, it's bad, dude. The oak is starting to drop its pollen. It's getting bad, dude. It's about to get real bad here soon.
Florida's ridiculous right now.
Hey, how's my volume, dude? Is it cracking when I talk?
Not at all. It's actually perfect.
Cool. Sweet. I just want to make sure it's
I forget. What did Rose do?
She said, this is what she said. It was something about they were talking about Wiley, and I don't remember the exact context. Of course, context is always important. But the comment that sparked everything off was better dead than red. Referring to like better, I don't know the history of the phrase, but it's basically a kind of an anti-communist statement, basically.
So she's basically calling Zhang a communist because he lives over in China.
I don't know if that's what she was doing, but like, because she said some comments, something about Zhang is fighting for freedom and she's part of the CC. I don't know, dude. I'm not super informed on this, but that one comment, that better dead than red, is what sparked everything off. That's all that I really know and can speak intelligently.
Let me tell you something. That is gonna make her have to be on Twitter. She's already a mental fucking case when it comes to fighting. You know what I mean?
Yes, dude, she is.
So like this, now she's gonna get Twitter people all up in her grill. She's gonna have to be dealing with that bullshit. You know what I mean? So, by the way, Usman, right? All right. So before I forget, Usman and fucking and Valentina parlayed, you get a minus like 160-ish to 170-ish. If you add in Weili Zhang, plus 150. I'm gonna do.
That's nice, dude.
I'm gonna do Usman.
That's real. That's pretty sexy, man. Because those are pretty damn. Honestly,
Yep.
The one that I feel the sketchiest about is not really sketchy, but like maybe. No, not really. Those are all pretty fun. I was gonna say maybe Andrade against Valentina.
See,
but
Danny
I really
said that to me today, and then we were kind of talking more about it. Remember, Andrade just moved back up from 115. Didn't she just fight Rose in her last fight?
Yeah.
Right at 115, not 125. At 115 strawweight. Now she's come up to 125 to fight Valentina, who's a bigger girl, and Valentina would beat the brakes off Rose. You know what I mean? And Rose beat Andrade.
No, dude, no doubt. She would mollywop Rose. Que onda, General? What's going on, man? How the fuck you doing?
But you got to do that quick because those are going to go up. I know for a fact Valentina's line is going to go up. Usman's line probably will stay right where it is. I don't think too many people are going to jump on Game Bread after he just got owned by Usman. I don't care about the camp whatsoever.
Dude. Well, I'm glad you brought that up. I do want to cook on that here in a minute, but I didn't mean to cut you off, man. Sorry.
I was fixing my glass. You're good.
Well, I wanted to cook on that for a minute because I'm a big old Usman stan boy, but I do think that we will get a better version of Jorge Masvidal. I do think that. Like, I think that Masvidal with a training camp will be better. Like, he will probably give a better account of himself. But the other thing people have to take into account is, for one thing, Usman is younger than him, not by much, but he is, and he is improving with his striking. He's working with Whitman every fucking camp anymore. He's training at altitude. Masvidal, he doesn't have terrible cardio, but Usman's cardio is better, and he works at a higher rate. So what people have to realize is, yes, Masvidal is probably going to look a little better than he did in the last fight, but Usman will look better too. And he has a whole camp to prepare for Masvidal, and there's plenty of tape on Jorge Masvidal.
Yep, and plenty of guys that fight like Jorge Masvidal. You know what I mean? And not to mention, how much better can he look? And he's going to have to look better in order. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, or what I was getting at before is he's going to look better because he looked so bad in the last fight. You know what I mean? Or he gets knocked out or something like that early on or submitted. You know what I mean? That went to full, right? Full 5, right?
Which fight?
Masvidal and Usman. He didn't take him out, did he?
Yes.
Yeah, right.
No. It was 5 rounds.
I could see Usman trying to get him out this time, taking him down and just trying to get a submission or some, snap on something, maybe some ground and pound. I don't know how. I mean, I don't care what kind of wrestlers you're bringing over there, American Top Team. They're not good. They're not Usman level. They just aren't. You know what I mean? They're just not Usman level. I mean, great camp. I think it's the best camp on earth. And I'm being serious about that, just by the coaches and the guys they have in there. But Colby's not there anymore. Maybe if Colby and Jorge Masvidal were still friends, he could be wrestling nonstop with Colby. That would help.
Right.
But they hate each other now. So who the fuck are you gonna? Who's gonna imitate Usman in American Top Team right now? I don't.
Right. Exactly. Dude, no one can really imitate Usman. Mad Dog! What did you say, Bobo? What's going on, Mad Dog? What's up, Owen Young? I
posted your link in the chat, by the way.
Say what?
I posted your link in our chat that we're in, the big chat.
Oh, cool. Thank you, man. Appreciate that, brother. Says, what's happening, brothers? All the way from the Emerald Isle. Oh, man. Nice work as always. Appreciate that. Yeah, man. Yeah, Nicky's got Irish in him. I got a little Irish myself, man. McBride be the family name.
I even got the clover. I even got the 3-leaf right there for you. Not the 4-leaf.
That's what's
so
up,
I know
man.
a bunch of Irish kids that got the 4-leaf, and I'm like, dude, that's just good luck. That doesn't mean really Irish. You know what I mean? So,
that's funny. Yeah. But yeah, so I have a McBride is the family name. That's the one. My Irish connection, and it'd be from County Donegal in Northern Ireland. Technically, though, still part of the Irish Republic. It's not like I looked it up. This is just all just shit that like my uncle researched this, and then I looked it up a little myself. But yeah, that's where my family is from. That is the Irish part of my family. But yeah, what's up, Owen? But yeah, what's up, here? I see you, dude. Yeah. He said, "Hey, do you know Bo Nickel?"
Who's Bo Nickel?
That sounds very familiar.
Yeah, it does. Hold on a second.
That sounds very damn familiar. Bo Nickel, is that?
Oh, he's a wrestler. Oh, yes, I've heard of Bo Nickel. What am I saying?
Yes, the wrestler. Yeah, no, is he the dude? He was either training with a famous UFC fighter, or
he's probably one that's wrestling with Jorge Masvidal. If that's why he's bringing it up, I would assume, right?
Yeah, because the guy I was gonna say he's the guy that did the thing with Gordon Ryan, but that was Pat Downey. Pat Downey did the shit where it was like they did a submission grappling and then they did a pure wrestling thing. But yeah, Bo Nickel, he's like a Penn State wrestler or something, right?
think so. Is MMA Gangster Cholo? Yeah. Yo, Cholo.
Jimmy, shut the fuck up, Jim Brewer. What's up, Jimmy? What's going on?
Who's
man?
Jim Brewer?
No, dude, I don't know like fucking Jim Brewer. No, dude, my nose is way bigger than Jim Brewer's nose. Yeah, Nikki's seen what I look like. I look like a fucking like a fucking like I don't know, man. I look like a fucking kind of like an eagle or something. I don't know.
Yeah, if you want to, it looks like a regular person, just but 6'7". To be quite honest,
dude. Yeah, man. Nikki's got some dirt on me, man. He said literally one of the best wrestlers in the country, training Jorge Masvidal right now. I understand he's not going to really help him, but he's definitely on the Usman level of wrestling. Right on.
Dude.
See, the thing
definitely not like Jim Brewer. I just looked him up. There's not, look anything like him. But yes, good point.
Dude, that's hilarious though, Jimmy. So yeah, Jimmy, what's going on, man? We're talking about what were we talking about? Yeah, Masvidal and Usman. So, like I said, I think that yes, Jorge Masvidal will look better, but Usman's striking is getting better, and he will always have the wrestling in his back pocket, man. Like Masvidal could really not even handle Colby. Like Usman doesn't even really have to worry about that. He can really like, and I really believe this. I know people are going to say 2 cents, you're fucking crazy, and while I am, I will say this. I think that there's a decent chance that Usman could stop Jorge Masvidal. Like maybe with like potentially like ground and pound or maybe just stop him, man. Like Masvidal gets dropped quite a bit. If you go back and look, there's videos about it too, man. He gets sat on his ass quite a fucking bit. And I would not be surprised the way Usman's been looking if he fucking puts him away. Because Masvidal can have Masvidal has not been in a ton of 5-round fights. He's been in a few, but he has not been in a ton of them. Definitely not as many as Usman. And cannot work at Usman's pace. So I think Usman could fuck this dude up and knock him out, but I'm definitely taking Kamaru Usman. Ever since he beat Woodley, that opened my eyes, and I have not looked back, and I have just loved picking Kamaru Usman and watching everybody else, just the excuses just left, right, and center. It's great.
Yeah,
man.
I can't do it. Bo Nickel, I think he helped train Dustin Poirier before the Khabib fight as well, by the way. But Bo Nickel is not on the same level as Usman in regards to MMA wrestling because you got to worry about getting caught up. You know what I mean? All that stuff. If they were to wrestle one-on-one, I'm pretty sure Bo Nickel, if I go back here.
Well, it's the big show in the chat, Bo. If you want to come through, Bo, the fucking link is somewhere.
He's a bigger dude.
What's up,
he's 190 pounds. So,
man, got bosses in the chat, dude. Straight bosses, dude.
Yeah, I think
That's
Bo Nickel, if they were to wrestle Usman and him, they go tit for tat probably, I would assume. But in a cage, or where they have to actually throw strikes or whatnot, Usman would set his strikes up. Set his wrestling up with the strikes and be able to dominate Bo. You know what I mean? But they did scramble out of it and stuff like that. But you can't expect Jorge to pick up all that knowledge that Bo had. You just can't. You can only just take in so much. You know what I mean? And I think basically what he's teaching. You're not teaching him to wrestle. He's teaching him how to wrestle defensively and shuck takedowns. But that's just not going to happen. He's going to take him straight down to the mat 90% of the time he tries. So.
Yeah, and like I said, I think, man, Whitman is an
evil genius. I saw that, Mad Dog. Go ahead.
Whitman is the evil genius, man. He'll fucking come. They're gonna cook up a nice little game plan for Jorge Masvidal. Now that they got it, now that they got 3 months to really cook on it, because they had the same amount of time to prepare for him as he had. People always say that. People are like, well, it's short notice for this guy. Well, it's short notice for the other fucking guy too. You know what I'm saying? Like they both have it's equal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Of course, like if one guy is coming off the fucking couch, that is a little bit of a difference. But if they're both like in shape and keep themselves reasonably in shape in between everything, the short notice is pretty much like it's short notice for both of them, like mentally.
Did Usman have a fight before that, or was that just fight put together fast?
I think was that supposed to be the Burns fight, or was that supposed to be? It was supposed to be Burns. Another fight. I think it was supposed to be Burns that first time, right? Wasn't that it? I can't remember though.
Maybe it wasn't Jorge, and then Jorge stepped in, and then he fought Burns and beat Burns also. I'm gonna look real quick because that would make sense.
Yeah, appreciate that. I'm not really sure. I ain't just too sure. But yeah, I think that I mean, hey, like I said, I got a little. Actually, I'm not a gambling man, but I do have a little something. I got me a little $5 little friendly wager on Kelvin Gastelum to beat Robert Whitaker with my dude, New Jersey MMA Insight OG fan.
Okay.
Player.
So that's exactly what happens. What happened? Ready? Gilbert Burns canceled about 20. Yeah. So what happened is Jorge Masvidal filled in for Gilbert Burns. For Gilbert Burns, Usman beat Jorge Masvidal. Gilbert Burns is ready on January 21st. Usman mows through Gilbert Burns as well. So, and guess what? Gilbert Burns is not much of a takedown artist. He's just more of a striker and a jiu-jitsu guy. So it wasn't like a crazy change of opponents for him.
See? Yeah, so I mean, I know it's like it's getting kind of like redundant at this point, but Usman is just, I think he's just going to be one of those, not forever, but for a couple of years, man, he's just going to be that guy. And that's an older division anyway, man. Like everybody is pretty much in their early to mid 30s. That's in the top 15. Like most of them are in the welterweight division. So that's going to be Usman's division for a little bit, unless somebody like Wonder Boy, maybe Chiesa, but Chiesa with that cardio, man, he's not gonna be able to keep up with Usman. And Usman, he has good anti-wrestling, and like he's not gonna get busted up by Chiesa. He'll knock Chiesa out, honestly.
Chiesa, Wonder Boy, throw them out of the picture. We're looking at Leon. We're looking at Kazmat in the future. Those are the two guys.
Yeah, that's a good call. That's a good shout.
And anybody that just joined, Slaughter and A just did as well. Usman and Valentina Parlay at minus 165 to 175. I think is a fucking lock. It's close to his lock as it can get.
Yeah, I mean, I can't. I have all of those pretty strongly favored as winner. And dude, let me tell you this: in the interest of full disclosure, I am a huge Jessica Andrade fan. Like, I'm a big Bate Estaca fan, and I think Valentina is probably going to make her look pretty fucking silly. Valentina, and I'm not a big Shevchenko fan, but dude, Bullet is going to fucking style on her. Bullet is going to style on her. She's going to win if she doesn't knock her out, she's going to win a very clear decision. I don't think Andrade is going to have anything for
her. Didn't Rose take Andrade out, right?
Rose beat Andrade 2-1, but Jessica was coming on in the third round. Jessica kind of stunned Rose in the third round. That wasn't a 5-round fight? Busted her. No, it was a third round. The rematch was a 3-rounder. The first one was a 5-rounder, but Jessica slammed her unconscious in like the second.
Oh, what am I saying? Yeah, I totally forgot about that. And then she pieced her up in the 3-rounder. Now that would be all. Rose was winning that fight up until she got slammed. I picked Andrade to win Rose in the first fight, and I got lucky. Obviously, I know that. And then they fight again, and Rose pieces her up. So who the fuck thinks that fucking Andrade's not gonna get pieced up by friggin' Valentina Shevchenko? Valentina Shevchenko would beat the shit out of Rose.
And see, I am higher on Jessica Andrade than a lot of people are. But yeah, I mean, look, Jessica hurt Rose in that third round, and if that had been a 5-rounder, you never know what could have happened. So I don't think Valentina. I think Wiley Zhang is going to brutalize Rose Namajunas, and I think that, I think that Valentina is going to make Andrade look very pedestrian, because Andrade is a bruiser, man. Andrade's path to victory in every fight is to crush the distance, crowd the fucking outfighter, and wing hooks. Go low high, body head, left, right hook to the body, left hook upstairs. Like she throws all kinds of shit like that. But a slick outfighter that can stick and move, pivot the right way, and circle out the right way. Like Valentina is just going to make her look stupid. Like Valentina is going to dominate Jessica Andrade. Jessica has and like I said, Jessica Andrade is probably my favorite female MMA fighter. I like
Weili Zhang
a lot, but Jessica's probably my favorite. And man, she ain't gonna have nothing for Valentina.
Fucking Weili Zhang beat the shit out of Andrade, knocked her out in the first round.
Fucked her up with
and then
the
lost
quickness.
to Rose in a split decision. I don't know how it was a split. We all thought Rose won the first 2 rounds, but split decision, and then she beat Caitlin Chukian, who's a fucking chooch. Weili Zhang Fucking Rose lost, and now
Fuck,
she's
you
fighting
almost spit out my
Valentina.
fucking Canada Dry.
It's
Fucking chooch. Choke
she's a
that
chooch,
chew, you
you know what I
fucking
mean?
choo-choo.
She loses to Wei Zhang and Rose at 115 and beats Kate Machugian at 115, right? And now she's
Yeah.
fighting Valentina Shevchenko for the belt at 125. That just shows you that Valentina has nobody else to fight.
Dude, she's running to the Amanda problem. She's getting like your girl Nunes. Man,
I want to see
where it's
Nunes and
just
Valentina
like,
fight again. I want to see them fight for the third time because I thought Valentina won one of those fights for the first one for sure.
do you know who else is getting like that? Adesanya at middleweight and Usman at welterweight. They're starting to feed on their own leftovers. They're starting to circle back around and feed on their own carrion, dude. Like they're fucking cheesing their own cheese and fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
well, Amanda and Valentina.
Give me 3 minutes. I'm gonna drop a deuce. Okay.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah. So for me, like, and shout out to Nikki, man. He, my dude's always holding it down, man. But yeah, I think for Valentina and they're just gonna run through those divisions. Like the only person that's a match for either of them is each other, and it just seems like Amanda finds a way to just barely. The second one, man, I got to go back and rewatch that second one because, like, looking at it the first time, I thought Amanda won. Rewatching it, I was like, man, I think Valentina could have won that. I watched it with the sound off. I was like, man, could have won that. And then so I need to watch it again. So, and that will kind of make my mind up because watching it live, watching it the second time, I thought Valentina won. I need to watch it a third time and see what my mind tells me with unbiased eyes. Excuse me. Mark Unkerfer says she is going to just sleep her. Jessica I sleep. Head kick, you think? Fuck my goddamn. Damn it. Hold on. Boys, I'm gonna back out of the stream and then I'll come right back in. Okay? Be right back. There it goes. There it goes. Is that better? Does it sound better now? I sincerely apologize for the audio. Yeah, hold on. Let me back out real quick. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Let all the chill barrages come through. Come through. Does that sound all right? Or do I sound like a fucking jabroni? Mad Dog says Jessica I is the female version of Vanderlei, and he says that I can't let you get close. You have to stop. You have to stop. We mouth. You have to stop. I can't let you get close. Channel, why did you proclaim static? God damn it. Still static. Still static. Test.
It's not.
Test.
I was listening in the bathroom before you removed
Test.
yourself. It sounded fine to me.
Test.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Test.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You
Yes,
can hear
sir.
me? Yeah, you're good.
Yep.
But someone that person said Jessica.
I think good. Cool.
I think no. He meant to say Jessica Andrade. I was like, what? Yeah,
Oh,
Jessica
Andrade. She said she's going. Well, yeah, no. But I think what Mark Unkerfer was saying was that's what Valentina is going to do to Andrade. He's going to knock her. She's going to knock her out like she knocked out Jessica I.
Gotcha. Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It might not
I can
be as
see
quick.
that too, man. Valentina has such a nasty fucking high kick, and she has that taekwondo background too, man. Taekwondo, you can say what you want about taekwondo. It's really just all kicks, but their kicks are fucking fast.
And she keeps her range.
They're
well,
really,
you know
and
I mean?
because they like, and I can tell this. This is one of the things that I can speak somewhat intelligently on is point fighting, because that is one of the things that I do have a little bit of experience in. And even karate, like we sit down on our kicks a little bit more, But yeah, like those Taekwondo guys, they are always light on their feet, up on their toes. You see Valentina, she'll be up on her fucking toes when she throws those kicks. And they come out faster than lightning, Bo.
Yep.
Like a
And she's, like I said, her fight IQ is so ridiculous, and her range is so ridiculous to the point where. So both Nunes has improved since their fight. They both have improved so much. Nunes might have improved this much more, but like this much more. You know what I mean? But Valentina is. So it's like I'd like to see like them do like a catch weight. I know for a fact Nunes can get down to 130. I think so at least. And then do like a catch weight 130 maybe like for a super fight. That'd be really cool. Or just do it right back at 135. But I think Valentina has got this 125 cut down so perfectly and keeps her body right. You know what I mean? That I'd rather see a nice 130 catch weight. Not for a belt. Just
that would be nice
like
because
the woman's bad at a BMF belt. You know what I mean?
Right. And because that's actually a pretty like level playing field because Amanda, let's face it, Amanda is a little bit bigger of a fighter. So a 130 would I feel like would just be right that fucking sweet spot. Like that porridge is just fucking right, you know. I like that. That's a good fucking call, man. That's a good look.
I'd love to see that. I would love to see that because like you were talking about, like you watched the second. It was the first fight that was the most convincing that Valentina won, in my opinion. The second fight, I think she barely lost, but like with the judges today, you know what I mean, they probably would have gave it to Valentina. You know what I mean, Valentina on at least one of them for sure. You know what I mean?
Right.
But if they would have said Valentina, like the second fight, Valentina wins, I wouldn't have been like robbery. You know what I mean? At all. And I think I might have had Valentina. I had her in the first one. And then I had her in the that's right. I had Valentina in the first one, Nunes in the second one, and opposite. Nunes in the first one, Valentina in the second one. I thought I lost my money in the first one, and in the second one, I was like, you know what I mean. So we'll see her. Yep, the women's BMF. There we go. I'm telling you, bro. If someone needs to freaking get that in Dana's head, let's get a women's BMF belt going on right now. And right now, the two baddest motherfuckers in the women's division are Valentina Shevchenko and Nunes, not in that order necessarily, but those are the two girls.
Right. And see, that's the thing with Amanda, like there are competitive fights for her, but on paper, they're ones where it's like trilogies. Like I think I'd like to see her and Jermaine Durandamy run it back again, but on paper, she's beaten her twice. So it's hard to sell that on paper. Yeah, she technically has 2 wins over Valentina, but everybody knows, man. Everybody knows that Amanda and Valentina are the class of women's MMA. And Wiley, and then you have Joanna and your Roses, and that's like, you know, pretty much like 1A. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's Valentina and Amanda. They match up very competitively against each other. They're fights that are separated by we're talking separated by a fucking piece of paper, dude, by a piece of mead paper or something.
Remember when the 115 division was just owned by Joanna and nobody could touch her, and now you got Rose.
That was crazy.
And
bro, I remember, dude. I remember when she was in those fucking big ass baggy shorts and she mollywopped Carla Esparza, beat fucking dog shit out of Carla, stopped her on the feet, dude. They're like, no, stop it, you're beating the shit out of her, stop.
That's when she came out of the contender. Yeah, she won the not the contender. She won the Ultimate Fighter to fight Joanna, remember? For the belt.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
Right? You know, Cookie Monster, Carla Esparza, right? When she fought Joanna?
Yeah.
That one, yeah. She won the Ultimate Fighter and that got her the belt. No, I'm sorry, she got the belt.
She got the belt when it was up for grabs. I think it was the first. I don't know if it was the inaugural belt, but it was like that. They had set that up for like this is for the vacant belt or whatever.
I'm telling you, it was because she wasn't Joanna wasn't there yet. Once Joanna came, she took that belt right from Esparza because she beat Rose, right?
Yeah, well, Joanna.
No, Esparza beat Rose for that belt, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
And that was like young. Rose was really fucking young. When Rose was on the Ultimate Fighter, she was young as shit, dude.
Yep.
Now she was like 21 or something, or 20 or some shit like that.
Shit out of Esparza. I think they already fought again, right? I'm pretty sure they ran that.
Yes, like Rose has gotten a lot better, but yeah, Joanna, dude. I didn't used to like Joanna, but she has grown on me. She is another one of my favorite female MMA fighters. Like. I used to not like her trash talk, but I love now looking back on it, man. She's a badass, dude. She's a tiny little thing, and she will fucking.
I've seen our top team like 50 times, and every single time I've walked up and said, hey, what's going on? She just, hey, want to take a picture? Not, hey, can I take a picture with you? Hey, you want to take a picture? I'm like, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that's what kind of person she is. She's a really
That's
cool.
awesome, dude.
Yeah.
I love hearing
She knows
that.
she came from nothing. You know what I mean? And she realizes that. That's what some of these athletes don't realize. If you come from nothing and now you're a star, fucking, like, for instance, Jorge Masvidal, I remember him saying, hey, we're like when people like in his videos, his street fighting videos, yo, I used to love what. Well, where were you support me then? Like, what were people supposed to cash up you money when you were fucking fighting backyard?
Right. When you're fighting Ray,
like,
when you're fighting Ray behind the fucking strip mall, dog.
Yeah, like where were you all then? Like, well, they were all watching your YouTube, and they still do watching
you on YouTube, getting
Idiot,
Kimbo them huge hits on YouTube. That's when I first remember watching him. People don't believe me when I say that. But yeah, I used to watch bum fights. I used to watch all these crazy old knockout videos. I used to watch Kimbo Slice when he fought that fucking Boston cop. I used to watch all that shit, dude. When he fought, what was it, Sean Gannon? I remember I watched all that shit. Jorge versus Ray in the backyard. The rematch behind the dumpster,
the best
dude.
One
I remember all that shit.
The best one was the one before the second. All right, so the rematch was the backyard one, right? That's when Ray ended up quitting at the end because he was getting pieced up. Ray ended up dropping Jorge.
He dropped him against the fence. When they were against the fence, he dropped him.
Yep. Now, when they fought behind that convenience store where it was like an actual like brick concrete jungle type
thing,
dude,
all those people were watching, dude.
They
were set tripping like a motherfucker on that one. Dude, there was all
Jorge
kinds
was
of
like 30 pounds lighter too. That's the funny part. 30 pounds lighter, not even full grown yet. I think it was 19 years old. And then he was trained at the time too. And then once the second fight came around, I think it was like a year later. That's all she wrote. He just polished himself up a lot, and they went back at it. And I don't know why Ray. I think he might have fought a little bit of pro, but he would have been good.
Yeah, no, he had a good like fighter's build. And yeah, if he had been trained, that he could have maybe done something. But yeah, man, Jorge Masvidal is an example of somebody that I used to love so much, man. I used to be such a big fan of that dude, and it has just gone complete. Like, he did such a big heel turn. I totally. And that's
been the heel. He should have been the bad boy. You know what I mean? Instead of the heel, just been like the bad. You know what I mean? Just the bad boy in the UFC.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because I didn't mind, dude. I didn't really mind. I didn't really mind all the like. I don't mind the trash talk. I don't mind the street shit. I didn't mind him fucking walking up on Leon and be like, "What the fuck did you say to me?" Bah, bah, bah. I didn't mind any of that shit. What I didn't like was the way he didn't keep the same energy when Usman walked up on him. He didn't he would talk all this shit and then just lose these fights. And then like, it's just like, man, you're just not like, I want to like you. I want to believe in you, but it's just like, you're just not quite all this shit that you're saying, dog. Like, to a normal, yeah, and he is real. Jorge Masvidal.
What I said, not real.
Walk up to Jorge Masvidal and say something slick, he'll fucking stick you. He'll punch you right in the face. He don't give a fuck. Like, you said, you try and say something fucking slick to Masvidal, he'll punch you right in the fucking face.
And when Leon walked up on him, if we're taught he has hands behind his back. That's how I've been taught my whole entire life. Someone walks up on you, you're not gonna,
Oh yeah.
He's a two-piece. You know what I mean? If someone walks up with me and they're a fighter, they're walking up on you for a reason. They're either gonna get in your face or then start swinging, or just start swinging.
Dude,
don't get hit first, guys. Don't get hit first. Throw the first punch.
Yeah, exactly. On some street yeah, exactly. You can tell who has gotten into it, win or lose. You can tell who's gotten into it on some street shit based on their reaction to that shit. Like, that's not fair. Like, dude, it is not. They ain't in a fucking cage, dude. Backstage
doing a fucking interview, and Leon's walking around talking shit, and then like I remember Jorge's like this, and he steps aside and he kind of walks over there, and then Leon walks towards him, and he just hits him with a quick
tell me,
you know what I mean?
Nikki, I know that you knew this. As soon as he started walking with his hands behind his back, you knew, and I knew he's about 100%. To punch this motherfucker. Yep. He is about to steal on this motherfucker as soon as he gets within punching range.
Yeah, I knew there was going to be a scramble or a fight or something like that. I didn't know he was going to hit him with a 1-2 down the pipe and just split his lip up wide open. But and that's another fight.
Something was going to happen.
Jorge Masvidal versus Leon. Fucking, what's wrong with you people? What's wrong with UFC? You could have made that fight easily. Instead, you're doing Nate Diaz and Leon, someone that Jorge already beat. That's what should have been the fight, right? And then Usman should be fighting Colby Covington. I'm pretty sure he's healed up by now. And then the winner of the Leon and Jorge fight should have fought the winner of the Usman and Colby fight. It's pretty fucking easy. Easy.
Right. I couldn't do. Yeah, I completely agree.
I need to be a matchmaker.
Yeah, man, you'd be a good matchmaker. You and Jack, man. You and Jack should fucking just do the matchmaking.
Yeah, Jack's good at matchmaking as well. I've heard a bunch of his theories and whatnot.
Jack and Guru do a good job with that aftermatch show. Shout out to Jack Attack MMA and MMA Guru, but MMA Prediction Guru, excuse me. Yeah, got to make that distinction, of course. Not Beanie Boy, Prediction Guru, but
yes, Mark. Look at Mark's question real quick, right below Big Show.
Zhang is better than Rose. I think that Rose might have better boxing, but Zhang has better kickboxing. Zhang has more weapons, and she definitely has more power. So yeah, I would like Rose. Rose was piecing up Jessica. Zhang just mollywhopped her and knocked her the fuck out.
Yeah,
and that's not the first time. That's not the first time Jessica. It's not like Jessica was undefeated and she went in there and Zhang destroyed her. Jessica's been knocked out a few times. So
better striker is Zhang, and the better grappler and wrestler is probably Rose. You know what I mean? And
I would say Rose has better jiu-jitsu. I would say Rose definitely has better jiu-jitsu.
She's gonna need to take that fight to the ground to win that fight. If she doesn't, she's not gonna be able to stand for 5 rounds or take the shots that we will give and take. You know what I mean? To give
right.
She'll
so let me say this. I mean, I agree, and I am picking Wiley Zhang, but let me play devil's advocate for Rose. She's with Trevor Whitman, just like Justin Gaethje and Usman. That he has a small stable of fighters that he fucks with. Rose is one of them. Her striking has markedly improved since she's been with Whitman, and I do think that he will come up with a good game plan. Now, will Rose be able to stick to that game plan if Wiley fucks her off? You know what I'm saying? If she clips her with something nasty and fucks her off, is she going to be able to keep her composure? What's going to happen then? Wiley, I mean, we know, dude, she is very aggressive and a vicious finisher when she smells blood, dude. She did not waste a fucking New York minute when she had Jessica hurt, man. She fucking took her out. And I think that if you look at the pace Joanna is known for her activity in the rounds and for her pace, and Wiley was just right there. It was like Usman and Covington. They were just bop, 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 bop. They were just like, it was just a
great cardio,
just going back and forth. So
I don't think Rose can take the shots that Joanna took. Rose,
she's gonna have to come. Bro, I completely agree. I think she's going to have a different game plan. Like, I think that Whitman will probably come up with some kind of game plan where Rose doesn't throw long combinations. She counter strikes in the right spots, and she stays on the outside. That's Rose's path to victory to me.
Try to
stay on the outside and win.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I would say that Rose's path to victory, stay on the outside. Do not try and do what you did with Jessica Andrade. You need to stay on the outside even more than that. You need to be the matador. If you try and play I'm the baddest, I'm the HBIC, Wiley Zhang is probably going to knock her out because Wiley Zhang has a lot of firepower. Like you said, dude, she is not going to be able to take the punishment that Joanna took. No, she'll get knocked out.
If Rose can put her on the cage a little bit and wear her out a little bit, you know what I mean? Like just kind of grapple her a little bit, put her on the cage, and kind of have that little thing back and forth for the first round or so. Maybe tire out Wheely's arms a little bit, even though I don't think it's going to be enough. That you know what I mean, that could be another path to victory. But if she, like you said, if she stays at her range, I mean, I'm pretty sure reach wise, it's not far apart at all. I have to double check here though, obviously.
I would say Rose probably has a reach advantage. And I mean, here's the thing. For me, this is just for me, and I'm biased.
65 inches. Just remember that real quick, and it's compared to Wiley Zhang at 63 inches. So she got 2 inch, which is one inch on each arm. That's not enough.
So for me, that is no. You're right, and I say this all the time. 3 inches or more, that is a significant reach advantage. That means if you're standing in the same spot and you're throwing the same punch, the person with the 3-inch reach advantage is going to get there first, pretty much every time. And you can negate a 1 inch, 2 inch reach advantage with stance, because I'll tell you this, if you are crouched, the lower you get, and I know this from karate, I know this for a fact from karate, the lower that you get, the further out your strikes extend with your kicks, with your punches. You're sacrificing something potentially with defense. You're putting if you're a taller fighter, you're sacrificing your height. But when you get lower, my point is there are ways to negate a 1 or 2 inch reach. Now, like I said, I'm biased towards boxing. I'm biased towards using a jab. Whitman has Rose's jab looking nice. I feel if Rose establishes the jab and keeps the broomstick in Wiley's face and sticks and moves and works behind the jab, I feel like that's her path to victory. If she starts to get in there and starts counter-striking and start looking at her own work and getting happy and starting like, oh yeah, I'm piecing her up, I feel like she might get knocked out. But I feel like if she stays behind an educated jab, I feel like that's her best path to victory. But to your point, I do feel like it's a really good idea for her to mix it up, stay on the outside, and then when Wiley starts to get crazy, push her ass up against the fence. I mean, Rose does have decent grappling. I feel like she's better on the mat than she is in like I feel like Wiley might have a strength advantage, but Rose is a tricky grappler, man. So that's going to be a really good fight. But I do have Wiley Zhang to be.
And I think the person that's working harder, I know for a fact, it's Wiley Zhang. The way they work over there, these Chinese fighters, especially her, I heard her work ethic is like top tier in the gym nonstop. Like, and Rose, is as well, but she kind of like her and what's her boyfriend's name? Her husband Barry something Barry. Can't remember his name.
Pat Barry.
Pat Barry. I just don't think she's getting enough looks to fight a girl like Wiley Zhang. You know what I mean? I just don't think that. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the other thing. Wiley Zhang has more weapons. She is a kickboxer. Rose is primarily a boxer.
Yep.
I mean, that's Whitman was a boxing coach. He has developed a couple UFC fighters into good strikers using boxing. Think about it. Gaethje. What has gotten better with Gaethje? His hands. He used to be primarily a clinch fighter and a low kicker. That's what he did. He would keep his high guard, wait for people to get into the clinch with him. He would low kick people from the
He's
clinch.
a smarter fighter now. He doesn't go dick deep fucking,
right.
Once he gets hurt, he doesn't fucking just go nuts. He kind of like, I noticed that in his last couple of fights. So, but his
yes.
Let me tell you something, that low ankle leg kick that he has is probably top 2, top 3 in the UFC.
It is. He throws that cat Khabib like, fuck, I need to take this guy down right now. I need to take this guy down right fucking now. I mean, he did because he's Khabib, because he fucking Alhamdulillah, but you know what I'm saying? But like he that's Khabib. And Khabib was like, fuck. Khabib was like, fuck. I need to take.
He even
this guy
said,
down.
he goes. I think he said something to the fact point. It was like, my legs are sore. He gets, his leg kicks are, devastating or something like that. They hurt. I can't remember what he said, but I only hit him with like 3 or 4 of them. That's it. You know what I mean? But you could see that, they hurt. That's why he took him right down to the fucking mat. And it's like, all right, fuck all this bullshit. I ain't gonna try to sit with him.
Exactly. He took care of Gaethje quick because he had to. He took care. He was not trying to have any more of that.
No.
But, I mean, and hey, dude. Look at the Dustin Poirier fight. It breaks my heart because Dustin knocked my dude out. But Dustin, between that 3rd and 4th round, Dustin had his legs up. He was like, fuck this. Gaethje, that dude, he got some hard ass.
Gaethje was doing well. He hurt him.
Oh, yeah, dude. Or we'll rise on up. Gonna kick a little last one. Rise on up in the USA. Rock, flag, and eagle.
Gaethje was a dumb fighter when he fought Dustin. He was a dumber fighter when he fought Dustin too. That's when he was still on that tip where he was just a wild man just trying to knock you out. So I want to see that fight again. You're going to see Dustin Poirier and Justin Gaethje fight again. If you don't,
yes, Nikki, you bet your sweet ass we're going to see that fight again. We are definitely going to see that fight again. It's going to be a different fight because Dustin and Gaethje have gotten better, and Gaethje has a different style now, but Dustin has gotten better too, and Dustin has so much. Dustin has had a lot of Poirier is putting together one of the goddamn most impressive resumes ever. And I don't even like that motherfucker. And I can say that comfortably. That motherfucker has one of the best resumes at lightweight, period. And
Literally.
it really pisses me off to admit that. It really makes me mad. And just like, I think about that fight, just like he knocked out Gaethje. Just, dude, I want to smash his face with a jelly. I can't deny how good he is. It really makes me mad. Poirier is a fucking beast at lightweight. But yeah, we're going to see that fight again. We're definitely going to see it again.
That's another guy that improved from 2014 when he first fought Conor McGregor, and Conor McGregor fucking put him out in the first round or second round, one of the two, till now. That's what you call evolution right there. That's what you fucking call evolution of a fight. Right there and there. Carter kind of did the same thing, but he was hand gifted a lot of opponents like Jose Aldo on his way out. You know what I mean? Fucking Eddie Alvarez, who, you know what I mean? Who, I actually thought Eddie Alvarez had a chance with Conor. Hell no. You know what I mean? A lot of those things were kind of hand gifted, I think. I mean, they're going to do that for Conor still to this day, but at this point, they can't. The only person they can hand gift him an opponent is Nate Diaz, and Nate Diaz already has a fight. So who the fuck is he going to fight? Who does he fight now? He pulled out of the Dustin Poirier fight, supposedly. So who the fuck does Conor McGregor fight now? And before I forget, let's bring up real quick, after this, I guess, real quick, the Jake Paul and Ben Askren fight this weekend.
Oh, we can definitely circle back to that, Nikki. Yeah, we can. I definitely want to fucking dish on that for a second. But yeah, so Conor, to me, this let me give you guys my honest fucking assessment of Conor McGregor, because like I don't like Dustin Poirier. I talked about this on Monday. I don't fucking like Conor McGregor one bit. I think he's a fucking scumbag piece of shit. But let's just talk about, let me just take that out of the picture for a second and just talk about inside the octagon. I always thought, having looked back at Conor's career, that he was an oversized featherweight that was crushing these little guys. I always thought that Conor McGregor's greatest achievement was making 145 pounds. He was so much goddamn bigger than those guys, and he's like, it made himself like the greatest featherweight ever. But like, he looked like a man that was about to die.
He did.
And he looked like,
and his face was like,
he did not look like he looked like a fucking, like, seriously, like a POW. I don't even mean to be disrespectful, but he seemed like someone that gets rescued from from a POW camp, man. Like, he looked bad. But then when he rehydrated, it was dun, 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 dun. Now I just put that one left hand on you, and then they just go.
Exactly.
But
Chad Mendes,
lightweight.
Remember the Chad Mendes fight? Chad Mendes was doing well for the first 2 rounds, and then Conor.
And there's pop. Because Conor, he was bigger, he had a longer reach, and when he started putting them hands on him, he couldn't really keep up when he gassed out. So, and that's always been one of Mendez's issues. Is cardio, but for Conor,
what the Khabib? So, So Dan trying to bring back Khabib, right? He would not have done that if Conor didn't lose his last fight with what's it called, Dustin Poirier, because he really tried to bring him back before and after the fucking fight. Because before the fight, he thought, especially before the fight, Dana thought that he was going to beat Dustin Poirier, and then we're going to have a super fight with Khabib versus Conor McGregor too. You know what I mean? Right. And that didn't happen. So once he lost against Dustin Poirier, I think that's when really Khabib was like, I'm not interested. Fuck all this. I'm the GOAT. You know what I mean? I'm going to walk away. Now, that's a chance for you to build your boy up, Conor McGregor, right? He walks away. But he doesn't beat Dustin Poirier. Now where does that leave Conor McGregor? 2 trilogies, and that's it. That's all you can set out for is 2 trilogies. Nate Diaz, which I thought they were going to do to bring him, back to like star status after, because he was, Nate Diaz 3 or 4 years ago, and Conor McGregor 3 or 4 years ago when they fought, Conor McGregor wasn't totally polished yet, still gassed a lot, yada yada yada. Now Nate Diaz is getting older. We just saw what Jorge Masvidal did to him, and pieced him the fuck up. It would be an easy fight for Conor McGregor. So I thought they were going to give him that fight to pump Conor McGregor's stock back up, but instead they gave him Dustin Poirier, Conor McGregor 3, which Conor was doing good in the first round, but then you just saw Dustin start to take fuck over. You know what I mean? I think what you're going to see here with Conor McGregor here in the next year or so is him going to boxing or something like that, because I don't know what kind of fights are out for him. for him anymore. I don't. There's just so many guys that can beat him right now in that division.
So I mean those are some great points. So the last thing I wanted to say about Conor is, like I said, to me, his greatest achievement was always making the cut to 145. But at lightweight, and I'm not saying he's shitty at lightweight, but it's just been a mixed bag. There's no two ways about it. There has been, we've seen at like 5 fights at lightweight now. We've seen he didn't have that many more fights at featherweight. Like another maybe 5 at the most. He maybe had 10 fights at featherweight. But like, so we've seen what Conor is like at both weight classes. He's way, way less consistent at lightweight than he is at featherweight. And like I said, just back to my point, his greatest achievement, and like Mark Unkerfer said, master of the fucking weight cut. And let me, I see D-Bake. Let me let him in real quick, and then I'll continue cooking. What's up, D-Bake? What's up, dude? But yeah, so yeah, I think like you said, there's only a couple fights left for Conor. You can make the Nate Diaz trilogy, but now they're making Leon Edwards. Or you can peace out and go to, because he has that kind of money where he can just be like, nah, I'm good. And in boxing, dude, I know it sounds crazy now, but don't be surprised if Jake Paul beats Ben Askren, and we can circle back to that too. If Jake Paul beats Ben Askren and he continues to box and work on his skills, it would not be the craziest thing in the world for Conor McGregor and Jake Paul to gun for each other. It would make a Christ ton of money, and it's really like, for Jake Paul, it's red panty night. For Conor, it's another huge payday. He will probably take care of Jake Paul. You know what I'm saying? It's not a crazy thing. But what's up, D-Bake? Talk to me, brother. How you doing?
Not much. Just hanging out. Got an interview soon, so just wanted to hop on BS a little bit.
Tell us. Pump it.
No, well, tonight I got Jared Vanderay, and then tomorrow I have Elise Anderson from One. And then I'm working on Colby Northcutt, Sage Northcutt's sister. I'm working on that.
Oh, that's be a cool one. She's cute too. The blonde.
Oh, but what you were saying about McGregor, I interviewed Dat Win, and he wants McGregor. He wants McGregor to come to bare knuckle, and he wants to fight him there because he thinks he can make money there with that. Because it's not, but with his boxing. And I asked him off camera. I was like, "What would you think if he did it not on bare knuckle, but like in the celebrity side of things?" And he said, "I'm down for anything." He was like, "I just want to fight Conor McGregor. I think we put on a good boxing fight with the showmanship and then the boxing level of it. We could sell."
Yeah, it could, but he was just saying, Sensor was saying, I think that is what makes sense. He's going to start fighting these YouTube stars like Jake Paul and Logan Paul or whatnot, and making good money. I mean, I guarantee they're making millions and millions of dollars with this Ben Askren fight. I don't know what they're getting paid, but I know they're easily getting paid over $3, $4, $5 million a pop, right?
Easily, and the big thing with that is knowing that Askren doesn't box or whatever, so it makes it a more sellable fight, because then it looks like Jake Paul has a chance to win, which he actually
right. Exactly,
he has a good chance.
And the reason I don't think that Conor will take tougher fights in either bare knuckle or boxing, because let's be real, I'm kind of veering off track with this a little bit, but dude, if you look at who's at 154, do you really think Conor is going to fight fucking Tim Tszyu or Israel Madrimov or fucking Jermell Charlo? Hell fucking no. There is not a chance in the world. So I think that a fight like that, I think that he would, if he gets in there with those guys, they're gonna hurt him bad.
Well, Mayweather went 7 or 8 rounds with Mayweather. Everybody thinks, Mayweather carried him to the later rounds, but
he did.
He didn't look horrible, so I could see something like that happening, but I don't see that Conor wins the fight or anything like that against those guys. But I'm trying to think of an older guy big
But
names.
but,
have
well,
been,
but
like,
well, let
Manny
me
Pacquiao.
just say let me just say this before I forget, because I did have a that I was kind of getting off track a little bit about that, but yeah, so I think that while the same reason that he probably won't do that is the same reason that he won't fight his way back through the lightweight division. Now, I do think that Conor could win some of those fights. Those are some decent matchups for him stylistic wise, but I don't see him doing that. I don't see Conor wanting to take that risk unless it's for a shit ton of money or it's for the belt. And let's face it, some of those fights, like Conor is the one that brings the money, and he is getting to the point now where it will definitely be beneficial to him to have a counterpart that will also bring something to the table monetarily, like a draw, like a Jake Paul, something that's winnable for him, but he can still make a bag. That's kind of what I see with Conor.
And he's
I think
boxed already before, so he'll be, you know what I mean? That was his first time in a ring, all that. So he'll kind of know what to expect a little bit more. So I think we'll see a better boxer in the ring than last time around. I mean, Mayweather is a artist of not getting hit, right? Just not getting touched. That's why Conor McGregor really wasn't able to do anything there, even though I know even if he was able to touch him, nothing. He hit him with one uppercut that was like a short uppercut that you saw Mayweather's head go back. I was like, oh, and he actually touched him. I got minus 210 or minus 200. Can't remember what it was. I put my entire bank account on Mayweather. I made a bunch of fucking money at minus 200. But I think that now it's his path. I really think you're going to see Conor McGregor in the next year and a half, 2 years, go right to boxing and try to start fighting some of these guys that have big names, but that are older. You know what I mean? Not the younger dudes, but like Pacquiao's. Fucking is Miguel Cotto still fighting? He's around that weight, right?
Yeah, Cotto fought
some guys out of retirement. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I can see that. The question will be will those guys want to take a fight with Conor, and will it be like, if it's exhibitions, fuck yes. I could absolutely see him having like a little like heavy sparring with like one of these older guys, but a fight, I don't know, man. I don't know if any of these guys are like
they're gonna want that money, and they're gonna think they can beat him. And there's no way either one of those guys are putting on. Means you got to put on headgear, and there's no way those guys are doing that. They're not putting.
And I think no matter what, I think McGregor will probably most likely lose, because to me, once he left Ireland and then started training in Vegas, I think that's what killed him. I think he could have had a longer career in the UFC or just MMA in general. But as soon as he left the camp that got him to the point where he was this big draw in Ireland, where he was just like he was just training just to get noticed because he was broke. Once he got to that point where he knocked out Aldo and then knocked out Alvarez, and then it got too big for his bridges. And I'm a big McGregor fan, and I thought once he got to that point and then he moved to Vegas, that's what killed him. Then he put all his focus into all the background stuff, like his endorsements and whatnot, and then he doesn't put a lot into training. And now he's doing all this stuff where it's all this background things like boxing.
You might see it now once he got knocked out. He has never been knocked out like that. Well, he's never been knocked out in the UFC, what I'm saying. So he got knocked the fuck out. So you might see him like
exactly
do it like hardcore. But he still trains with his most of those guys, and that's his coach Kavanaugh, right? He still trains with them, right?
Right, right.
It's just he just does more on his own now. He doesn't spend as much time there. Yeah,
businessman now too.
Well, let me say this. I think that I agree with you, D, that you can see a difference, man. You can see once, because he always had the left hand, but he would throw it like a fucking Gay Akazuki. He would throw it like a karate reverse punch. And he just had a more like free kind of like hybrid style of striking. I think what happened, and I think it was several different contributing factors. I think, like you said, he got more concerned with the money. He started realizing he was a fucking superstar, and like cheesing his own cheese. And fucking, he started like all these things happened. You know, there were rumors that he started doing a bunch of chotch, and that, and I think that a lot of people don't agree with this, but I think that when Floyd knocked him out, I think that took a piece of Conor, man. I think that took a piece of him mentally. I think that he decided. I think that he wanted to try and like, prove that I can be a boxer now, and he's just. I don't know. He just hasn't looked the same since then. But I don't think it's necessarily one thing.
He's gotten away from his kickboxing ways, and he's relying too much on his hands. So him going to boxing, I think, is what, like you just said, kind of fucked him up. But more or less because he was just training just hands and footwork and stuff like that. And that was for what, he probably trained. That fight was like an 8-month kind of camp type thing, going back and forth, right? So
yeah.
I think he's not. I just don't think he's hungry anymore. I don't think he has the hunger to train to win. I think he already has the money. I think half the hunger has left him, and he's just like, I'm already making millions of dollars, not fighting.
He just got embarrassed.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, I mean that's a good point though. Like, yeah,
I think he could be motivated to win this, but say he wins against Poirier, I think it'll go away again. I think he has to be motivated. And I feel like just because he got knocked out, that's probably motivation for him. Plus, it's the trilogy factor. Like, you have the Diaz one, but he's the one who won the second fight. So I don't think he'd be as motivated for that. Whereas I think Diaz will be motivated to go for Jorge Masvidal since Masvidal won by stoppage. Yeah. So I think Diaz would be more entrenched in going against Masvidal than he would McGregor. So I don't think
Diaz finished Conor. Diaz finished Conor. Conor never finished Diaz. You know what I mean? So he might want to get a finish on him.
But the thing with that is that was because he took it. He took it on 2 weeks' notice, and I think at that time McGregor was he training for? Was that Mendes or was that Alvarez the first time?
Might have been Alvarez.
That was after he knocked out. That's after he knocked Alvarez out. So he knocked Alvarez out, and then he kind of I can't remember exactly what.
No, they full camped this. That second fight was that was supposed to happen. I'm pretty sure. No, am I wrong here?
Because
he's talking about the first fight. The first fight, right?
The first Diaz
Connor
Diaz stepped in on I think 2 weeks notice.
Yeah,
I forget who.
You're right. Yep.
And then he didn't really take it seriously.
You're right. He was in Cancun. He was in Cancun. Remember? He was in Cancun party. He was drinking a beer, and he got a call from, hey, we need you here in 2 weeks. He said he put the beer down.
And then he took the second fight serious. He had a full camp, and then he didn't finish him, but he won by decision.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me ask you guys something. Do y'all think we see? Let me ask you guys something. Do you think we see a better version of Conor McGregor in a trilogy that we saw in the rematch?
Who's he fighting?
If he fights Poirier, let's say that they make the trilogy. Let's say that Conor's saying the trilogy's off his bullshit and it actually happens.
You would have to see a better
where they made it official today. So
did they finally make it official again today?
Okay, they made it official today that's happening, but I think he will. And I think he's been working. The rumor is he's been working on the leg kicks with Michael Chandler. Is the rumor? I don't know if it's true or not.
What is wrong with Chandler trying?
Oh shit!
Helping out somebody that he's probably going to be fighting soon. You know what I mean? Because here's what
I don't know. Well, yeah,
Chandler beats Oliveira, gets a belt. Conor beats Dustin, who fights.
You want to know why? Because it makes him money. Because if McGregor wins, and then he's pitted against McGregor,
it makes Chandler money. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
makes Chandler money.
Well, the other thing too, you got to think about is he's giving Conor is giving him an in, but he's getting a little bit. He's downloading shit from Chandler too. He's downloading information that he can use against Chandler, just like Chandler could be against Conor. So. That's interesting, though, man. Thank you for bringing that up, D. That's not only them confirming the trilogy, but that he has been, or I can't remember who said that Chandler. He's been training with Chandler, but
he's working with wrestling too, because Dustin can take down Conor. He can,
because the thing started with him McGregor saying he was going to work on the leg kicks, and then Chandler was like, "Hey, if you want to work on this, contact me." And then somebody. I forget who was, but somebody said that it was actually happening. I can't confirm it.
Why would you want to work out leg kicks with Chandler? Chandler's the one that
I was going to say, Chandler needs to start checking leg kicks himself.
Yeah. That fucker was numb from Pitbull, for crying out loud. Was it Pitbull? Yeah, Pitbull. Yeah. Right? I mean, when fucking I think he's training his wrestling with Chandler, not the kicks, but maybe hopefully, but you need to train the kicks too, or to check the kicks. Not necessarily Connor can kick on his own. You know, he's a great kickboxer, but those low ankle leg kicks, Dustin looked like he was owning. I didn't even think he had that in his repertoire or was going to use that.
He did.
But,
he did it until Matt Brown, right? His coach. Was it
Mike Brown?
Mike Brown. Mike
Yep.
Brown's the one that suggested it to Poirier. He took notice. He was like, "Yo, he's
best
just
coach on
boxing.
earth, baby." In your corner.
So
Yeah.
what's up, Connor? I see you, bro. So let me, man. I wish like if Mad Dog's still in the building, or Oracle, or anybody that has fought or even trained low kicks. What is the? I know that you're supposed to check that. I know that you're supposed to check them. You're supposed to turn your leg to the outside and have them hit your shin. But is it better to do that, or is it better to switch stances and force them to kick to the inside and make it easier for you to check it?
Well, outside leg kicks hurt the most because your legs planted. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
usually,
I'm a righty. I'm a orthodox, right? So stay on here, right? And you're having your outside right here kicked, right? As opposed to, you know what I mean? Him coming from this side, kicking your leg out. You know what I mean? You can check it.
You still check it the same way, right?
Exactly.
You still check it the same way, like out, right?
Exactly. So it's the outside leg kicks to the low ankle calf that hurt them, that will really make your fucking leg go.
But you still check it the same.
Aren't they the ones that if you do it the wrong way, that's what usually makes them fall down, like trip, because it's kind of like a sweep?
The inside?
The outside. Because sometimes the fighter moves the wrong way. Yeah.
Or we'll check it and you can spin them right around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's all your meat is on the left side. The inside is bone. You know what I mean? So all that meat and muscle and tendons are on the left, on the outside of your legs and whatnot. And that's, you know what I mean? That shit was 5 years ago. People were not even throwing those kicks because you can hurt your own foot. You can go limp kicking a fucking leg too. You know what I mean? Your leg go limp kicking it wrong.
I remember Barbosa beating a guy because of the refs just stopped it because he kept kept on kicking the guy so much that he couldn't stand, and then he just
stand.
Yeah,
I see more and more guys getting dropped from that shit. I mean, Jordan Griffin, he got dropped like a few times in the first round from those kicks from Saldana. But
yeah, he won that fight.
But basically, you check it the same way you check an outside kick to the thigh, right? Like you just turn your leg out,
and you can check it. You can actually turn your leg in when you check it to where it's gonna fuck their leg.
Take the blow off. Right.
Yeah. Where kicks. So these guys' bones are like fucking bamboo on their legs. You know what I mean? Like literally. Right. So if they check it the right way and you turn your leg in, they're kicking bone, and that's when that will hurt the fighter that's kicking.
Anderson Silva.
Bam, nailed it. That's how he broke his fucking leg.
Hey, we international with this chat, boys. Shout out to the land down under. My dude Nick Al, man. What's going on, man? Shout out to the whole damn Australia. Yeah, nice. Nick's from Australia.
He's already in Thursday.
Yeah, I sure
right, dude. That's crazy, man.
Is it New Zealand or Australia? Yeah. Is it New Zealand or Australia? Australia.
I think he's Australian.
Australian,
tells the future.
Yeah, exactly. Do what happened like 12 hours from now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That is wild, dude. That always bugs me out. And Jack will be like, "Yeah, I gotta go to sleep. It's like 4 a.m. here," and it'll be like fucking 11 o'clock. Be like, "God damn!" Like shit bugs me out, man.
Oh wait, both of you, real quick before I forget. Did you guys hear what YouTube's doing right now? YouTube is if you're noticing that your views are a little less than normal and your likes are a little less than normal, they have a bug right now going on that like the views aren't like calibrating correctly, the likes aren't, and it's going on with everybody. It was over Twitter. Brady DFS by numbers, he emailed them. They're like they're working on it because we noticed like certain numbers weren't there, and we noticed like for instance our UFC video only got 3K. On fucking Saturday. We usually do 10 to 15 to 40K or more on our UFC live fight companions. We got one right when we finished. We were at 3K. It didn't get one more view after we finished. And you know what I mean? And they took away 40 likes. Brady They took 300 subscribers away from Brady. 300 subscribers. Okay, he usually does 200 to 300 likes on his Friday video. Fucking like 60, 70. So there's something going on, and then he found out on Twitter, and his buddy the same thing. So right now YouTube's got a problem with the views.
I think I did get an email about it. I think I got it about that, and then I've noticed whenever I look at it, like I don't get the most right now because that just started up a few months ago. But I noticed like, oh, it's at a number, then it goes down.
Yes.
But then I look at it, but then I noticed it like 2 minutes later, it'll go back up, but then like a minute or two later, it'll go back down.
So weird.
It'll be weird.
It's so weird. I don't know what's going on. The algorithm is like fucked up where it's like I don't know. Even Ark's fucking station, when he goes live after the fights, Ark's channel, he usually gets either 30 dislikes or 30 likes, like 30 and 30. He had, and I think his last one 12 and 7. That's abnormal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that ratio is not normal. Like even if it's a lot of dislikes, it's way more. The number's way higher because those fucking trolls will come in there and just with their multiple accounts with like fucking like 20 dislikes.
Exactly, and Ark will have more than 12 likes as well. Ark Station will have more than 12 likes when he does that thing.
Oh yeah, dude.
So it's like
it's always at least like 20, dude, because so many people come through that motherfucker.
Exactly. You know so that's how you know something's going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's definitely that's more like one of my videos, like a 12 and 5 or something, you know. Well, shit, man. Yeah. Fucking what should we talk about, boys? What would y'all like to talk about?
And Jake Paul we wanted to bring up, remember?
Oh yeah.
Speaking of that real quick, what do you think of the Eddie Alvarez Oscar De La Hoya thing?
Yeah, I saw Jimmy bring that up.
Oh God, yeah.
I mean, maybe if De La Hoya snorts a shitload of coke right before the fight.
Because what they said was Oscar De La Hoya wants to fight in July, and then he's been talking to Eddie Alvarez's camp, and Alvarez did an interview today. I think he was in his car in Philadelphia, right over the bridge from me, that I was listening to, and he said that he's focused on the one championship, but he said something about, I think, the champion, which I think is Christian Lee, is having a baby, so he's going to be out for a while. So if he is, he said, then he's going to, instead of waiting, that he's going to entertain this.
Wow.
The Oscar De La Hoya thing in July, which would be in Dallas.
How old is De La Hoya now? He's what, 45 or more, right?
Yeah, yes. And see, De La Hoya. I mean, if you
go beat him, I think.
I was gonna say, regardless of whether he beats him or not, like Oscar De La Hoya he's a weird fucking dude. And what I coming from the boxing world, I can tell you right now, Oscar De La Hoya is a fucking twist. He is a weird fucking guy, and I'll tell you this as well. It's a fight that I think for Eddie Alvarez, I would take that fucking fight any day of the week. It'll be a shit ton of money for Eddie Alvarez. That's a chance for him to secure at least a little bit of generational money for his family, considering the things that have been happening to him. You know what I mean? Like, it's like it's a real boxer. Yes. De La Hoya, he will probably beat him, but I don't see Oscar De La Hoya like brutally destroying Eddie Alvarez. Maybe he will, but I think that Eddie like has a better shot at Oscar at 45 than he did like, even 5 years ago, maybe. You know what I mean?
And then
I apologize. He's 48. There's no way if this 48
God damn
Eddie Alvarez. I'm sorry.
Dude.
And then Eddie said the Philadelphia Boxing Commission is on his side, that they want to see it happen.
Wow, yeah, you're right. 5 hours ago, Oscar De La Hoya versus Eddie Alvarez boxing match in serious talks for July.
And I think it's Cowboys Stadium too.
Woo! Lord mercy. Hey, I'll tell you what, dude.
July 3rd.
For Eddie,
yep.
I hope Eddie really gets that bag. I really fucking hope Eddie Alvarez gets that fucking bag, man, because that dude has had a long fucking road, and he deserves to have a little pot of gold at the end of that rainbow, boys, if you ask me.
And after last week, he's going to have some anger on his side with the DQ.
Damn right.
Yeah.
I won money on that DQ.
I watched. I sat in on the media, the post-fight media. I sat in, and they interviewed him for like 30 minutes. How pissed and just upset he was. Like he was like they're gonna. I already talked to him. He said within the time he left the octagon and then came in to do the media, he had already talked to management, told him that he wants them to look over the tapes and then have them overturn it. And he said that the Philadelphia media is going to crucify one championship if they don't fix it. And then
I didn't watch the fight. Were they like illegal strikes, or I mean,
okay,
I heard they were illegal, but like pity patter strikes.
Okay, yeah, you lead. You take the lead on this one, D, and then I'll tell you what I think.
Okay, this is basically what happened. He took him down, and he's like raring at him. And then the ref's on his side. Like Eddie was giving his take on, like the ref was on his side. It was like, watch the side head, watch the side head. So then as he keeps going, like he goes to move inwards to like pinpoint his shot away from that. And then as he's doing that, Yuri then moves his head to that side. So it looks like it looks like he's purposely doing it. I'm not going to say he was. It just looks like he's purposely doing it. So then he's railing. So then he hit him in the ear. Then he caught him in the hand. And then the third, fourth time, he catches him in the back when he turns his head. And then he said that the ref just let him keep doing it 2 more times, then stopped it and put the red flag up. He was like, if the ref would have told him, yo, break it up, move apart after the first shot, okay, you guys are going to stand up. He was like, he would have understood that. He would have like, okay. It was like, it was an accident because he moved his head. We're going to restart and then get this going, stand up. But he was like, the ref just kept letting him hit 2 extra times and then stopped it and then put the red card up, told him in the ring, told him in the octagon, yeah, you're good. It's going to be a no contest. And then and then somebody in the back called it a DQ, made it a DQ. He doesn't know who it was, but he said that the ref was telling him that he was going to make it a no contest because it was accidental.
Before you go, Sense, real quick, if a fighter turns his head into if he turns his head into a shot that's already coming, I don't believe that should be a legal shot. If someone's throwing a shot and he turns his head right into it, like, come on.
Yeah. So what I want to say about that is, I don't see how you could possibly think that Eddie Alvarez did that on purpose, because like D said, as soon as the ref warned him, he intentionally started turning his fist to an angle where it was a safer shot. And the dude, like I said, you can't really say if he did it on purpose or not, but the dude did turn his head right into it, so it made it hit the back of his head. Now, if you think that Eddie Alvarez did that on purpose, even if you think that, man, I don't see how you could possibly think that, but even if you say, look, you kept throwing the same shot, I told you not to, take a point, man. At the most, it should have been a point taken. Not a fucking disqualification.
And he said he said the worst. Hey, if he took a point away from me, I would have understood it. I would have been mad, but I would have understood it because it's something that I couldn't kind of like stop because he moved his head. It kind of reminds me of even though like he had already won it, Derek Lewis against Curtis Blades. He caught him with the uppercut. He fell down, and they kept on wearing at him. People gave him shit for doing the follow-up shots, and he was like, I'm a trained killer in the octagon. He was like, I can't just shut it off at a whim, you know. Like I got the adrenaline rush. Like I gotta make sure that I finish him, because if I don't, he's gonna get up. Just look at Sugar Sean O'Malley. He walked away, and then in the third round, he hit him, and then he looked at the ref, and the ref said, keep going, even though he knocked him down. He looked like he was out of it. Yeah. And then he walked up and hit him. He was like, he gave the ref the chance to stop it, and he didn't. Like, you can't leave it in the ref's hands.
Exactly.
So it kept going, and then just happens Lapicus moves his head to the side, and then he didn't even hit him in the back of the head the first time. He said it wasn't until the 4th or 5th time that he hit him in the back.
Right. It was sort of like right behind the ear. And that's always a fucking spot where it was like, that's always a spot where people are like, oh, this is legal, this is not legal, this is legal, this is not legal. It's close, man, but that's and look, like I said, I'm biased from the boxing
world. In the fucking head and take their fucking head off, Demetrius Johnson.
I'm biased, dude. I'm biased from the boxing world. If you hit somebody on the ear, right behind the ear, it's a legal fucking punch. Like that is a legal fucking strike.
Legal, right? Legal, right?
It's legal. Yeah, it's legal. Yeah. Right now, you can't hit somebody on the base of the skull, but if you crack somebody with a boxing glove and it's right on the ear, behind the ear, that's legal, man. I've seen a lot of boxers get knocked out with that.
I would say that Cyril Gahn shot on Junior Dos Santos was in the back, and they allowed that. So it's like, what's the difference between that shot and then the shot on the ground?
Right.
The guy in the judge in the ring, the ref in the ring. That's the difference.
Yeah. And then they asked him, well, I was going to ask him in there, like I put it in there, and they didn't ask him the question. I didn't get it in time, but I was going to ask him. I was like, what do you think they could do to make things better? Like, do you think they need to have their judges be better, or do you think it's just something that happens and you just got to kind of deal with it? Because no matter what the rep does, it's a hard thing to see everything. And then even the rep said that it wasn't like on purpose, it was accidental. So if it's accidental, how do you make it a DQ and not just a no contest?
Well, I think
that's overall, what no one gets.
Did he not want to continue, Lupicus or whatever his name is?
No. He was knocked out
from those little pity paddle shots. He was knocked out.
He was knocked out from the fourth and the fifth shot in the back of he was getting hit, and then he turned, and then the next 2 or 3 shots knocked him out. He was knocked out.
They weren't that hard shots. They weren't really hard shots, or were they?
Well, what he was doing, he was facing the opposite direction and basically punching backwards. He was punching backwards over his left shoulder.
Yeah.
He was punching with his right hand back over his left shoulder. Alvarez was.
Like,
I'm pretty sure that's
I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about. Like,
I know it's to the point where,
like, so Lapicus had his kind of like on. He was kind of like had him on his side. He was like had a body lock on the side, and Alvarez. Yeah, so just like stretch your right arm across your body, but kind of go over your shoulder a little bit. So that's what he was doing. He was no, down more, and just go more across. Yeah, like
okay.
that. Yeah, that one. That's the one.
Oh my god!
He was on the
Well, it must
knock on like that.
It must have been bad because it was to the point where he couldn't even do the post-fight media because it was supposed to be the media they did Mighty Mouse first. Moraes couldn't do it because of he didn't have a translator. Then it was supposed to be Lapicus and then Alvarez, but then Lapicus didn't even do it. So they did Alvarez for 30 minutes instead of the 20 minutes he was supposed to do. And it was just a bunch of questions about the whole thing, and then he was just in disbelief.
I got lucky because I had Lapicus plus 150, and I had 2 parlays with fucking Demetrius Johnson, which is stupid at minus 900. It was just bringing some other bets down, but I ended up breaking even because of that fucking Eddie Alvarez not actually fucking up, but because of the judge fucking up or whatever, ref. But
and then what's crazy was
with one, can you knee in the face with both knees down?
Yes.
Yep.
Real quick.
The DJ knockout was legal.
Both knees down. You can fucking soccer kick.
Boom. Yep.
Too, right?
Boom.
You can soccer
kick because it's in Singapore.
Okay.
Bottom.
But you can't fucking do what Eddie Alvarez did. Get the fuck out of here,
dude. That's why everybody was losing their shit, because it's like, look, you are gonna DQ a guy immediately for some little pity pat shit like that, but DJ can get boom just drilled in the face, and it's chill. Whoa.
But the funny thing about that was a month ago when it happened to Sterling, Mighty Mouse was like, that should be legal in the U.S.
Oh,
right. Yeah, dude. Yeah. I remember. Yeah.
He didn't complain. He didn't complain, right?
No, he didn't. He took it like a G.
Yeah.
No, he took it like a G.
Yeah.
That's the funny part, yeah.
He was like in the media, he was like, it's crazy that I just said this a month ago that it should be legal and then I get hit with the shot. He was like, I'm just going to go back and then game plan. It is what it is. Like he beat
He
me.
needs,
Like
to
I
train-
mean,
he needs to be able to he needs to train with guys and
yeah.
while they're on the ground, boom, because Dimitri Johnson can easily get some and fucking that knee. He throws a fucking nice short knee. You know what I mean? He always has right to the fucking
man.
dome. He'll beat that guy
Dude.
7 or 8 out of 10 times, I think.
Dude, they showed there was a video of, it was a side-by-side video, and this made Aljo look so fucking bad. There was a side-by-side video of the two knees, and it shows them in real time landing at the same time, and then the aftermath. And literally, Johnson is not actually knocked out and is back on his feet, coherent, shaking, dapping up Maurice, and like saying, "Good job, brother," like "Good job," while Aljo is like flailing on the ground, bugging his eyes out, like blinking and shit. Like, oh, it looks so bad, dude. It looks so fucking bad.
Did you see social media right after the Lapicus Eddie Alvarez fight? Aljamain Sterling went on.
I can only imagine.
and he goes, congratulations, Yuri Lapicus, on passing the bar on the Aljamain Sterling School of Acting. He was like, you passed me with what I did. It was like that's the tough feat to follow, and you beat me to it. So
wow. So Aljamain made fun of himself.
Yeah, basically, he made fun of himself to make fun of Lapicus.
Wow.
Because he thought that was worse.
Right.
Worse.
Yeah, to try to take some heat off himself.
You did worse because you actually got less shot.
And now Sterling has to get surgery or whatever, so he's going to be out for like 9 months.
And he got the belt for 9 months now.
Yeah,
man. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how long he waits. He will never ever be as good a fighter as Petr Yan. I just went back and watched that fight, man. Yan is just such a better fighter than him. It doesn't matter. Like Aljamain has like a 1 to 5% chance of catching him with something crazy, but he threw his crazy shit. He threw his crazy like 1% flying knee knockout shit, and he just ate it.
He will never hold up if he had. Listen, if he doesn't fight Petr Yan next, which he will, but that Aljamain Sterling, which actually I like because he's from the Matt Serra camp and whatnot. And I like Matt Serra a lot. I've met him a couple times. He will not hold that belt longer than 2 straight fights. If he wins 2 in a row, I'll be 2 title fights in a row with that belt. I'd be surprised.
That means you'd have to beat Petr Yan, and then most likely the winner of Sanhagen and Dillashaw. And then I'm waiting to see what kind of guy in Dillashaw we see after having been out for 2 years.
You'll see.
That's a good one. That's going to be a really good fight. Yeah, I think I've got Sanhagen in that one, but it's weird though because if you look at the rest of the division, besides Petr Yan, like Sterling, Corey, Maurice, even TJ now, like they're all kind of the same level. Like there's not a whole lot separating them, but
isn't Sean O'Malley in that division?
Fuck O'Malley.
Oh yeah, O'Malley too. O'Malley's a really good striker, but like. To me, man, and I'm biased. I'm a Stam boy. I'll just go ahead and say it, but it's because the guy is so goddamn impressive, man. I don't think it's kind of like Usman. And Yan is 27 too. Ain't nobody doing, and mark my words, gentlemen, ain't nobody doing nothing to Petr Yan at 135 for at least a couple few years.
I wish
people would whoop more than I think. Top 7 would whoop fucking O'Malley.
I wish Cejudo didn't retire because I would have loved to see Cejudo and Yan.
That's a good one because of Cejudo's wrestling.
How old is Cejudo? 32?
Yes, 32, 33, something like that.
Let me find out.
I think
that's the thing about Yan too. Yan is so young. He's like in his late 20s, man, and he's still improving. Like, and he's all, like Aljamain Sterling.
34.
Like, look at it like this. Like Aljamain Sterling
just turned.
Yeah, okay, 30, just turned 34. So Sterling is one of the best wrestlers in the division. I'll give him that. But he had nothing for Yan in the grappling. Like, Yan took him down 7 times and stuffed every one of his takedowns. So, like, who's going to do what to Yan? Like, I'm not seeing it.
I want to see Aldo, even though he doesn't deserve it. Not Aldo. I want to see O'Malley and Aldo fight and watch what Aldo, at his age, will do to O'Malley.
Well,
that's a good fight, dude.
Well, apparently next, Dominic Cruz wants O'Malley.
And Dominic Cruz, I think, will beat him as well. I think
he's good.
He looked good in his last fight. No, everyone thinks he didn't look that great. I thought he looked fine for coming off almost 2 years, right? Just about, or a year and a half, or whatever it was.
Yeah, I think
Did O'Malley call him out too?
Yeah, O'Malley said that he would like to fight Cruz next, and then just so happens, like a day later, they interviewed Cruz, but didn't say anything about it. And Cruz said that he would like to fight O'Malley.
Ooh.
That he could see that match, but neither of them knew what the other said, and no one. We haven't heard anything since then. So,
I can see Cruz just moving around, like in and out, like just not because everybody that O'Malley has fought in has been just stationary targets. Eddie Wineland with his hands down.
Yeah.
Tito Vera, who beat him. Fucking Almeida. Come on, guys. Come on.
Well,
Andre's talking
really
about
surprised.
who had him in the third round. If he was smart after he hurt his ankle, let him back up. That would have been a W for Andre. You know what I mean?
Was that I interviewed Thomas Burchak last week. That comes out on Friday, but he said that with Almeida, Thomas Almeida hasn't been the same since the USADA thing. So ever since that came out, and he basically had to stop doing what he was doing. He's been losing. He's not jacked up. And he said, and Burchak was like, "Yeah, I was the last guy to fight him before that USADA thing came out." So he went from jacked up winning Almeida to just regular old Thomas Almeida.
And it's not just jacked up. That steroids gives you so much more cardio, gives you so much.
Yeah.
Your striking in general is on point. You see better. You see things better. You're actually
your ability to train. Your ability to train and recover and not have it
too.
like so you can push yourself in training a lot harder than other people can, and recover faster. And but if you look back at it, dude, even like when Almeida fought like Brad Pickett was piecing him up until he got kneed in the face. Like Almeida has always had really bad defense. I really was surprised that people were picking Almeida against O'Malley. Like O'Malley was such a bad matchup for him, dude, with that a long range striker like
O'Malley. And I wouldn't do that. You know what I mean? I don't bet off my heart or anything. You know what I mean? But you couldn't pay me to bet Almeida in that fight. I wouldn't. I mean, even if you gave me free money, I'd be like, let's go give it to the homeless. You know what I mean? Like it's not worth putting in Almeida. It's not. I had O'Malley inside the distance. But we had him by we had him by knockout. Billy had a plus 280. FanDuel gave like a bonus. It was inside the distance, or it was either knockout or inside the distance, one or two. Plus 280 for FanDuel. Nice. He fucking took advantage. He was trying it the whole time because remember the first round he had the knockout and he walked away from it, and second round we really started to see both guys slow down. O'Malley not doing too much, and then the third round finally got him out of there. Right when he got him out, that's when Billy went nuts on the stream, took his shirt off, fucking throwing stuff around his house. But he was fucking sitting there with just.
I remember seeing that too.
Yeah, remember? He's like, oh fuck the fuck. Next, you know,
dude, I love it when Billy gets a big when Billy cashes a big one, dude, because he gets so fucking lit, man. It's great, man. I love Billy's energy, dude.
Billy lays a couple $100 on each fight. People think that he bets small. He doesn't. You know, he lays a couple $100 down, at least 100 on.
You can tell too, man, because
higher than mine. Mine is 50 per unit. I could have more,
you can tell. Bro, that doesn't surprise me at all because you can tell, like, when Billy's having a bad night, it's because that makes sense because he puts something down on. He's like, God damn it. But then when he hits, dude, or he starts to come back, it's like, dun 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 dun, because he's got a nice little chunk on it, man. I love that shit.
Oh, fucking nuts. I had money on that as well, but I know that plus 280, he probably had a good $100 bill or more on that because he probably took advantage of that FanDuel prop, that plus 280. It was either 240, 280, one of the two. Inside the distance or knockout. I think it was inside the distance. And I think he had a good amount of money on that. And I think he won about $5 on just that one fight. But once that happened, because remind yourself, you got that much money on it and that much money coming back if it happens. And then first round, you think it's done. He walks away from it. And then the second round is lackluster. And then you're going into the third round, 5 minutes. All you need is fucking 5 minutes of the same thing that happened the round before. And you lose your bet. But thank God he turned it on, and he almost walked away again. Remember, he landed it, walked away actually, and then the ref was like, "No, finish it," and he ran up and fucking finished him. And this is another reason why I hate O'Malley's. Before I forget, he actually said the reason why he walked away in the first round because he didn't knock him out with his right. He knocked him down with his left or whatever. And because his shirts say something about his right hand, I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
He walked away on purpose so that he could get a knockout with his right hand. Come on, dude. You're such a fucking bullshitter. You know for a fact that wasn't going through your fucking head. You were trying to get him out of there no matter what hand, foot, fucking head, fucking it was. You know what I mean?
Right.
It was, that's why I can't respect the kid. The kid he's not even a heel. You know what I mean? He's like
he's a troll. He's a straight up
troll. It's weird, dude.
He is. I think he knows. Like, I think that just might be the generation, man. I think that might be a generational thing where it's like they know they're wrong, but they're still gonna troll to piss everybody off. That kind of shit. I don't know. That's the kind of vibe I get from him.
Imagine he was like a humble dude that was like, "Yeah, bro, I'm gonna kick. Just like whatever it is. Like, I'm coming to take that belt. Everybody out there, if you're behind me, let's fucking go. Smoke some weed." I'd be like, "Fuck yeah, man!" But no, he came to take a loss from Cheeto Vera. He said he rolled his ankle. No, Cheeto kicked your ankle. It went numb, and then you rolled it even fucking more. You know what I mean? That's what happened. He going out to them. I remember Bruce Buffer 13-1. He goes, "No, 13-0." Like, bro, you can't take an L. You just can't take an L. And
oh man, that's a big
Eddie Wineland, Andrei Sukumtov, fucking Cheeto Vera, and then Almeida. The best of all four of those is Cheeto Vera who beat him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, and I mean, dude, I even fuck with the heel. Like, I sometimes I wouldn't consider myself a bad guy, but sometimes I can definitely kind of be the bad guy in some scenarios. So I feel like I don't even mind that, but it's like not being able to take the L. That is always one that rubs me the wrong way. That's a big pet peeve of mine because I feel like everyone takes L's in life. It just like no one is just winning all the time, like Charlie Sheen style. Even though that motherfucker is a mess, but like. You can't be winning all the time in life. It wouldn't be life. That wouldn't be real. But it's just that's always been a big one of mine. But I don't even mind shit talking and being a heel and a fuckhead. Like as long as you're winning, as long as I don't know. But that not being able to take that L from Cheeto, that really rubbed me the wrong way. And that's why I'm just kind of like I'm just neutral on the kid. Like I don't really like him. I don't really hate him. But I'm definitely not like a fan like I used to be.
No, I liked him when he first came out. Like Sugar Shane, or Sugar Sean, excuse me. I always call him Sugar Shane. Just the way he fought, I was like, "Oh, this is cool." You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like the kid. I fucked with him, man.
Then he started saying some stupid
stuff. I liked him before he started doing the cornrows. I liked him when he just left his hair up.
Yeah, right. The little puff.
Yeah.
The fro.
You know what it was actually? That podcast he started. Once he started that fucking podcast was what's his name? He thought he was the shit.
Yeah.
Robe and a king's chair, like. He is a wannabe Conor McGregor. Build your own character. Don't try to be exactly like Conor McGregor. And he says that, like, I want to be the next Conor McGregor. No, you don't. You want to be the next Sean O'Malley. You want to be, you know what I mean? You don't.
Dude, he kind of fights like Conor too, man. He really does. That long, fucking straight. Well,
he acts
he's
like
orthodox, right? That long, straight right hand for Conor was the left hand. Like you can just the way he moves, you can kind of tell that he's like. Conor was at least somewhat of an influence on him. But
who's ranked
I agree, man. Just be yourself.
Right now in that division. Do you guys know? I know, Cage, you might know. Who is ranked number 10 right now in that division?
10? I think it's Cruz. I think it's Cruz.
Is it Cruz?
Yeah, I think it's Cruz.
Okay, so let's go with number 11. What's number 11? I want to know exactly what's in front of him right now. Just in the top 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Actually, no. Cruz is 9. And Sun Shao is 10. 11
breaks off him.
11 is Rivera. 12 is Merab
Merab would fucking take him down and piss on him.
Merab wrestle fucks him silly.
Yeah.
He's gonna wrestle him silly. He's gonna fuck him stupid.
13 is Cody Stamann, 14 is Kyler Phillips, and 15 is Cheeto Vera.
Cody Stamann will beat him too.
Kyler Phillips with Sean O'Malley would be a good fight. I'd like to see that, man. That'd be a good fucking fight.
Stamann could take him O'Malley down at will, I think. And when it comes to Stamann can throw hands as well. Wow. Why are they letting this man leapfrog so much? Well, I know why, but oh my gosh.
I think it's I know Stamann and
he's a separate fight, right.
Stamann is fighting, I believe. I think Merab has a fight.
He does.
It depends on the medical with Jimmy Rivera, the medical suspension with him.
Jimmy Rivera would fucking probably will
Phillips just
honestly
fought, so
take his head off
I know.
his shoulders.
I know a lot of the booking depends on the medical suspensions that they use.
Yeah, well,
Jimmy
here's the
Rivera's
thing.
leg kicks, right? Jimmy, all right, let's go with Jimmy
Yeah, I
Rivera's
mean
leg kicks.
that's a good fight though. That's a good fight though because Jimmy Rivera has durability
Tree
issues
trunks.
sometimes, and
Tree trunks are
O'Malley but he also punches hard. But
And he kicks harder.
so for O'Malley, here's the problem with O'Malley. He has star potential if he wins, but if he loses, he's not established like Conor McGregor, so he can't still get any fight he wants. He actually does have to fight his way back through the fucking division, whether he likes it or not, and doesn't really have the luxury of being like, no, I'm good. I'm fucking set for life. Nah, he has to fight to make his star, basically. He has to do what Conor did.
This is where I hope. This is where I want him to go up against Cody Garbrandt, just to have Garbrandt knock him out.
I think Garbrandt will get him too. You know what I mean? Even though Garbrandt will get him too.
A lot of people don't like Cody, but this is
I used to love him.
Yeah, this is where I'm like Cody. Like a lot of people don't like you. Just knock him out. You make fans out of people again just by knocking him out.
I hate Dominic Cruz when he embarrassed Cruz in that fight when he was doing the whole lock and whatnot. I thought that was awesome. And then he kind of got a little bit too big for his britches, and you know what I mean. And we saw what happened with that. You know what I mean.
That was such a crazy rise and then such a steep fall, man. It was wild. It really was.
Really, really was. But there's so many guys.
Now he's kind of leveled off though, right? You know.
I mean, yeah. I mean, he won his last fight. Like we said, Sunso, I think would beat.
It beat Sun Shao. He got knocked out by Munoz.
Munoz, or was it Cody? Oh, it was both of them then. Cody and Munoz.
I know Munoz knocked him the hell out. I know that.
Yeah, I know Cody Garbrandt knocked him out. I thought that was that his last time?
He knocked out. He starched a Sun Shao at the bell.
Yeah, he knocked out a Sun Shao like a second before the bell rang.
Right,
and then before that he got knocked out by Munoz, and then before that was the 2 fights with Dillashaw.
Yeah. There's so many guys that would whoop O'Malley. It's ridiculous.
Man, the weird thing about Garbrandt is that on any night, if he sticks to his game plan, he's just a perennial top 5 bantamweight. It's just his chin, and he has too much dog for his own good sometimes, man. So he doesn't stay disciplined, and he stays too long in the pocket, trying to just bite down his mouthpiece too much. I don't know, but he is so skilled and has so much potential on any given night. He's still pretty young too.
O'Malley, we have never even seen his chin yet. We have not seen somebody crack him yet. You know what I mean? I want to see that motherfucker get cracked with a shot, a nice shot, right? Not to his fucking skinny ass legs, you know what I mean? But to his dome piece. I want to see how he takes that. That's what I want to see. I want to see him take a nice shot.
I'm gonna get going. He's in the backstage now.
Oh, there you go.
Cool. Wayne, appreciate you stopping through, D. I really appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
I'm here.
Yep. Thanks for having me.
Later, brother.
No sweat.
I'll see you in the chat. In the chat.
I see you,
dude. Later, bud.
Yeah, man. Best of luck to him on his interview, man. You guys are gonna check that out. Cage My IQ on YouTube.
I got 4 minutes.
He's a good dude, man.
Starts. You stay for another 4 minutes.
Right on. You said 4 minutes.
Yeah, 7:30 it starts.
Well, cool, man. Well, so if you want to, man, you can, if you want to give some last words, if you want to wait, it's whatever, man. But again, before you go, I appreciate you stopping through as well, brother, man.
No problem. I'll wait till 7:30 to do that because they'll let them kick it off, and I jump in the background and he'll bring me on type thing.
Cool.
But I had some last thoughts real quick. O'Malley sucks a big old dick. And he'll get starched by the top 10, 9 out of 10 times. There's so many guys in division will beat him, man. There's so many guys. Everybody thinks O'Malley's the shit. The sugar train. Jump on the sugar. I wouldn't jump on your fucking train if it was for free, bud. Get the fuck out of here. Ugh. I could have been a believer if he was just a nicer dude. And took an L, like you said. He just can't take an L. He thinks he's a shit. He sits in a fucking goddamn fucking robe with like leather print, leopard print and shit like that, in his king chair on his fucking podcast with that guy Tim, or where the fuck that guy's name is, his coach.
Yeah, that dude is a darsh. That guy is a darsh biscuit.
It's like, I mean, he's gonna. I mean, I think what he's doing is he's trying to make as much fame for himself for his other businesses, which is a good idea, like his weed business he got going on, all that stuff. I think he's got his own fucking Kush named after him at this point. But that guy
He could be so much cooler.
I'll bet $1,000 to anybody right now to their 200 right now that he'll never, ever, ever be champion.
There you go, boys. If you there's a little wager for you.
Anybody take me up on that offer. I swear to God, on my mother's ashes, I'll take it. No way in hell. That man.
I know you're serious when you say that, man. I know you're fuck around with that.
Oh yeah. I don't fuck around with that. Do you like my new tank? I got all these cool colors with the tank. I got a little bit.
Oh, nice, dude. Dude, there's nothing cooler looking than a fish tank with fresh water. It's been cleaned and everything. She looks so tight. Yeah.
Can you see it good too? Well, yeah. I guess when you go on full screen, I got all this.
Oh yeah, here, hold up. I got you. Hold up. How do I? Oh, here we go.
Solo. I think it's like solo. Yeah, the solo one. You click on my little dots and go to solo. On the top.
It says edit name, edit mic setting, kick from snow. I don't want that. Oh, here we go. Yeah, solo layout. Here we go. There we go.
Comment. Take the comment.
Yeah, let me get rid of that. Yeah.
So I got this one. I got that one. It goes all. That scares the fish, I think, though. That one. That one, which is pretty dope. There's a red one coming up that's like really dope. That's blue. It goes to green. There's the red one. I think is that red one dope?
I like it. It's tight, dude.
Right.
That shit would look sick at night.
Oh, it looks crazy at night. I turned it on last night. Just left it on with all the lights off. For some reason, fish can't see red, so it doesn't even bother them. So
nice.
I put a new fish yesterday. He's doing good. Well,
yeah, dude. That's a cool. So my brother's friend, he's just this spoiled fucking brat, man. But his parents got him this massive fish tank, and he was obsessed with it, man. He knew how to clean it. He knew how to clean pools. He knew how to clean all that shit. But even then, it was just a shit ton of work. But with a small tank, yeah, it'll get dirty faster, but it's so much quicker to clean and to change the water out and to like do all that shit. I just feel like a small tank is like the way to go. Unless you can really afford to have somebody clean it for you.
Yeah, it's a 20-gallon. See a little thing right here? That little thing? So this is a big old male beta you can probably see swimming around here.
Yeah.
Then I got two female betas right here. If you can see them fighting with each other. And then two tetras. But what I made the mistake is I should have got a 30 or a 40-gallon and just put a bunch more fish in it. So I'm probably going to get like a 40-gallon next and then transfer them all into there. But like you said, the bigger the tank, the more fucking work. But I didn't know what I was getting myself into beforehand. Now I kind of know what I'm getting myself into. You know what I mean? I spent like fucking $500 in the last fucking 6 months on this shit or more. But it's worth it. I'll stare at these fish fucking at night, bro, for like an hour.
Yeah, dude. That shit is so relaxing. Dude, it's so relaxing, man. It's so relaxing. You just like chill out, get irie, just look at the fish, listen to some music. Like it's so fucking chill. Oh,
they're fucking shit. My fish are, thank God, they're good. They don't fight each other too much. Oh, the green's pretty cool too. Actually, you can't see it. Looks that's dead green. There it looks like it's almost see through.
It looked like light blue. It looked like really light blue. Yeah.
There's the blue. That's actually good for the plants and all the other bullshit. So I'll leave that one.
That looks tight. That looks tight too, man.
Plants in there.
That looks like some aquarium shit right there. That looks like the shit you see in the aquarium, like the aquarium light.
My buddy's got a 55-gallon saltwater tank, and that shit is obviously that's 20 gallons. So measure 55-gallon. That light came from his saltwater tank. That's what he used to keep on it. My boy Dylan, my best friend, he just said, "Hey, take it. I don't need it anymore. You got a bigger light." I'm like, "Fuck yeah, it's good."
Nice. Dude, I'm a sucker for aquariums, man. I love looking at some big ass, like some crazy fish in a big ass tank, like shark tanks. Like I love the aquarium in New Orleans. The aquarium in Baltimore is awesome. It just makes me want to go to that shit, man.
It's a fun hobby. It really is. Like I have a 10-gallon right here that's just on the ground sitting there because that's what I started with was a 10-gallon, and then I'm like, fuck, this is too small. And like 4 months later, I went and bought this. It was on sale because they had $5 off every gallon. You know what I mean? So I got this right here. I got for $20. This 20-gallon. What's more expensive? Awesome. Not as the top part. This thing right here is just expensive. It's just a metal screen, just as expensive as the fucking actual glass. It's crazy. Crazy.
Oh yeah.
The other, it's cool little shit. Like that right there, you see? That's a fake jellyfish. You can probably see it. It's a fake.
Yeah.
Clips in the bottom or whatnot. And when you put cool lights on it, it lights up.
Fuck yeah, dude.
But anyways, I'm gonna rock and roll. I appreciate you fucking having me on times 10. Great today. I love the conversation today. It was awesome.
Fuck yeah, dude. Well, brother, you're welcome anytime, and I sincerely appreciate you stopping through. You always add to the stream, to the quality of the stream. So I appreciate it, dude.
No, I appreciate it. No, like I said, appreciate you having me on. I'm gonna go bet some ponies with the boys. And,
best of luck.
Yeah, hopefully I can make some money tonight. I've been making some good money recently, but before that I was kind of on a hiatus, but I made it all back in like two back-to-back weeks. So we shall see. So guys, do not leave this stream until fucking Sense tells you to. But if you want to bet some ponies, it's on PSR here in a little bit. So I'm out of here, brother. Mr.
Cool.
Fatness on Twitter, not Little Dicky Nicky. That was just but yeah, Mr. Fatness. You guys all know everybody in the chat. You're all the shit. Thank you again, Sense, for having me on.
Thank you, dude.
I'll talk to you later, brother. Okay.
Yeah, man.
All right. Peace, guys.
Later, dude. There he is, Lil Dicky Nicky, aka Boston Nick, Mr. Fat Fist. If you need him on Twitter, he's got a channel too, man. Boston Nick MMA, I think, is the name of his channel, but you can definitely find him over at the pub, man. That's Pub Sports Radio Live. You gonna go bet some down. Good luck with them horses, Nicky. And thank you again. Thank you to him and D Bake, aka Cage My IQ. He's got an interview coming up if you guys want to check that out. I'm not gonna be on too much longer. I think I'll probably make this a 2.5 hour stream, boys. I think I'm just gonna take this opportunity to just kind of bullshit for another 25 minutes. But I will definitely take any suggestions from the chat, what you would like to talk about. And I'll fucking dish on it, man. But thanks again to the Shoey King, aka Lil Dicky Nicky from Boston. Thanks again, Nick. Love you, brother. I'll catch you on the next one, man. But yeah, he's gonna be at the pub. That's Pub Sports Radio Live. They streaming all day, man. Streaming all day. If you a gambling man, if you like to get a little action, they can tell you where the good spots are for sure. They will give you a comprehensive breakdown because not everybody's on the same thing. But as Jimmy the Bag and others like to say, they work as a team to beat the bookies. But I'm not really a gambling man, but I do have a little something. You know what? I'm going to talk about that just a little bit. Let me take this. Let me take this thing out here. Good vibes, man. Definitely good vibes, Braj. Good vibes for sure, dude. For sure. Good fucking vibes. Yeah, Kelvin Gastelum and Robert Whitaker, man. It's going down just a couple of days, boys. It is going down in just a couple of days. And I'll tell you this. I am really fucking pumped about it. I'm really pumped. I got a little action on it. I got myself a little $5 friendly wager with my dude, New Jersey Insight MMA OG fan. Shout out to you, my brother. Shout out to Cage My IQ. He has an interview going on right now. That's Cage My IQ on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. I think it's Cage IQ on Twitter, at Cage IQ on Twitter. Excuse me. Thank you again to Boston Nick, aka Nicky Elbows, aka the Shoey King, aka very much Mr. Fatfist on Twitter if you need him, bro. Very much Mr. Fatfist on Twitter. So yeah. Probably Spicy says a squid omelet is probably not good. I do like squid, man. I love some calamari. I do like calamari. Not all the time, but I like it. I like it raw. I like it fried. I like it. I don't know. It's good. It's a little. It's usually. I don't like it all the time. It's usually like a little overpriced for what you're getting. But if it's good calamari, it's worth it, man. It's worth it. And I like it when it's not just the chunks too. You get the tendrils. You get the fucking like the little those little things. But yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. But yeah, Kelvin Gastelum and Robert Whitaker. Kelvin Gastelum and Robert Whitaker. I have $5 on Kelvin Gastelum. A little friendly wager with my dude from New Jersey. Shout out to New Jersey. Shout out to the Garden State. My mother's from New Jersey. Well, she's not from there, but she grew up there. But yes, it'll be fun, man. I'm looking forward to it. I have a little action on it. But I was excited about it to begin with. This fight should have happened 2 years ago. I feel the same way about that dude that did then. The X factors favor Robert Whitaker. Kelvin has questionable IQ, questionable fight IQ. I don't think there's any two ways about it. It is hard to trust Kelvin Gastelum. There are so many fights that Kelvin Gastelum should have won. He should have won that Jack Hermanson fight. He should have won. What's another one where it's like, why didn't you fucking win that fight? He has a couple, man. I could go through his record, but I'm not going to. Spicy says, I like the snack. It's squid jerky strips in my profile. That's what's up, man. Squid jerky strips. That sounds real good. That sounds real good, Bo. That sounds real good. There he is. There he is. Not a moment too soon. Da-da-ding, ding, 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 ding. Da-da-ding, ding, ding. Da-da-ding, ding, 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 down. Da-da-ding, ding, ding. Da-da-ding, ding, 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 da-da-ding, ding, 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 da-da-ding, ding, 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 dang, 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 doodly, 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 ding, 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 ding. What's up, Strummer? What's up, bro? What's going on, man? You just in time. You just in time, boo. Yes, I am country. Yes, I've seen Deliverance too many times. I'm not really country. I'm that's bullshit. I'm not country. I'm a city kid, but I'm Southern. I like Deliverance as a movie. I think it's a good movie. I think it's one of Burt Reynolds' best performances. But yeah, and I just like to joke around. Nice Little Rock Banjo. Nice, dude. That's tight. I love that Dueling Banjos. Dueling Banjos is such a fucking cool song. Such a cool song. But yeah, and I love that part of the movie too. It's just really fun. It lightens the whole fucking. Oh yeah, that scene too when he's like when Travis is trying to keep up with him on the fucking guitar and the band is fucking shit. That's just like. Okay, but yeah, Kelvin Gastelum, Robert Whitaker, Dried Spicy asked, as the general takes notes, shout out to the general. Dried Spicy asked, do you think Robert Whitaker is going to get checked? Now, if you ask me, I say that, si, mi amigo, he is getting his chin chickadee checked. That is why I'm picking Kelvin Gastelum. You can't trust Kelvin Gastelum, but you can trust him to do this. You can trust him to be tough, and you can trust him to throw a nice crispy 1-2. You can trust him to throw good counter strikes. And I think I've had this conversation with D-Bake. Shout out to him. I hope his interview is going well. I think that on the feet, it's really close. And I think that Whitaker is probably the better technical striker. I just think that Kelvin, I think the power advantage is about the same. I just think Kelvin Gastelum's faster. I just think Kelvin Gastelum is going to have a speed advantage. And I think that he's just a younger, more durable guy. And I think that if he mixes it up, I think that Kelvin Gastelum has will have a really, really good look at this fight if he mixes in the wrestling. Even if he can't get the takedowns, threaten them enough to make Whitaker think about it, because Robert Whitaker does bite on shit. Robert Whitaker will bite on feints. He will bite on takedown fakes. So that's what I would do if I was Gastelum. If I was putting a game plan together for Kelvin Gastelum, I would have him mix in his wrestling, provide the real threat of the wrestling. Use the striking to set up the takedown attempts. Use the takedown attempts to set up the striking. Fake the takedown. Throw the heater. Throw the jab. Duck under the counter. Reactive double. Reactive blast double. Something like that. I feel like that is a path to victory for Kelvin Gastelum. If he waits for Robert Whitaker too long, if he just plays the counter-striking game, Whitaker will stick and move. He will float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Kelvin has decent defense, but he does get hit, and Robert Whitaker can just win the fight like that, like just outpoint him, steal the rounds. Robert Whitaker has a karate do background, goju ryu-os. It's a more circular style of karate, so he's good at getting in and out, cutting angles, entering on the new angle very quickly, and then getting back out. He's good at that. Whitaker's problem, what gets Robert Whitaker hurt, is the dog in it. What I mean by that is Robert Whitaker has too much dog for his own good. Robert Whitaker can become a headhunter at times. He does really good body work, but sometimes Robert Whitaker can become a headhunter. And sometimes Robert Whitaker can get overly aggressive. He has a lot of dog in him. Robert Whitaker is a dog. And sometimes it bites him in the ass. Against good, sharp strikers, they always clip him. They don't always knock him out, because what Robert Whitaker does have is a lot of fucking heart. That's not the same to me as the chin. Heart does not equal durability. You can have all the heart in the world and still get knocked the fuck out. If you have really, really good durability, it's not going to happen as often. You're not going to get sat on your ass as often. Robert Whitaker gets buzzed and hurt or dropped in pretty much every fight. The last fight that Robert Whitaker was in that he did not get seriously hurt in was the first Yoel Romero fight. The counter argument that I always get to that, and I know the counter argument because I argue with Robert Whitaker stands, and I'm not even joking you. This is not conjecture. This is not hyperbole. I argue with Robert Whitaker stands on a daily basis. And this is what they always fucking say. Well, yeah, but Whitaker is fighting but killers. I understand that. Well, Whitaker, he like Romero, had his moments, but Whitaker, won the rounds and blah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, got that. Yes. Well, Whitaker has really only has one loss at middleweight, technically. Yes. All those things are true. You know what else is true? He got dropped multiple times by Yoel Romero. He got dropped. He basically got knocked out twice by Adesanya. He got hurt against Darren Till. He got buzzed against Jared Cannonier. And people will say, Jared Cannonier used to fight heavyweight. He's a big dude. He hits hard. That's true. That is fair. That is fair. Kelvin Gastelum is a lot faster and sharper than Jared Cannonier. Jared Cannonier might hit harder, but Jared Cannonier is not going to be able to land like Kelvin Gastelum will land. I think Robert Whitaker has better takedown defense than Kelvin, which is why I don't think Kelvin should spend too much time on the wrestling. I think he should mix it in, at least threaten the takedown. But I think Whitaker has underrated wrestling. Whitaker's actually a pretty damn good fucking wrestler, and he's a good anti-wrestler. Like it's pretty hard to take Whitaker down. So I don't know if I'm wasting too much time if I'm Kelvin trying to do that, but I definitely want to at least threaten that. I want to get him thinking about it because Whitaker, like I said, he'll bite on feints, takedown feints, striking feints. You can get Whitaker to flinch. And that's what I would do if I was Kelvin. Get him to start flinching on different stuff, on different levels, like high and low, body and head. I just feel like that's a better path to victory than for him to stand there and try and wait to counter him with a 1-2, or you know what I mean? Like that's how he took care of Bisping. That's how he took care of Kennedy. That's how he took care of Ford. He waited for them to extend, and then he crow hopped and cracked him with a 1-2 on the counter. I don't know if that's going to get it done. I don't think that's going to get it done against Whitaker. I don't think just a 1-2. He's going to have to either set it up with something else, or he's going to have to add more boxing than that. He's going to either have to work behind a jab and use that to set up the 1-2, or he's going to have to mix in uppercuts when Whitaker shoots in. So I think on the feet it's close. I'm taking Kelvin Gastelum because I think he's more durable. I think I said he would have a speed advantage. I think it's probably close speed-wise, but Kelvin Gastelum is fucking quicker than he gets credit for. Kelvin Gastelum is pretty fucking quick, and don't be surprised if he looks a little faster with his hands than Robert Whitaker. Kelvin Gastelum's more durable. He is slightly younger, I believe. I could be wrong about that, but I think he's slightly younger. And I just don't trust Whitaker's chin. It gets popped in every fight. He gets popped and hurt in every fucking fight. He doesn't always get knocked out because he has a lot of heart and because he's really skilled and he has a lot of experience. Kelvin Gastelum, you can say whatever you want about him. He has been in there with fucking everybody. It's not everybody prime. It's not everybody when they're at their best. But look, he fought Adesanya and he at times was a cunt hair from knocking him out. You cannot count out Kelvin Gastelum, dude. The X Factors favor Whitaker. I understand that. All the X Factors favor Whitaker. He's more reliable. He has more experience against a higher level of competition. Kelvin Gastelum is very experienced, though. Kelvin Gastelum is hard to trust, though. Gastelum's fight IQ is hard to trust. Whitaker's chin is hard to trust for me. That's why I'm taking Kelvin Gastelum. Like I said, I have a little friendly wager on it with the homie New Jersey Insight MMA OG fan. Sorry, I try and get that. But yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. He's on Whitaker. I'm on Gastelum. It's a 50-50, really. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that, I'm 100,000% confident that Kelvin is going to chin him. I just think matchup-wise, I like the matchup for Kelvin. Considering how Whitaker likes to fight against guys that are on his level striking, he likes to try and he can outskill the guys that, like, I don't know. He can outskill some guys, but when he against high-level strikers, when he tries to show that he's the more high-level striker, that's kind of when he gets chinned. When he just, like, is the high – I don't know. I'm not explaining that very well, but I don't know. I think Kelvin's going to clip him. I think Kelvin's going to clip him and knock him out. That's what I think. Yep. God bless you all. I don't know about a holy temple, but it is the TC Lounge. Bless you. He said Gastelum is better. Gastelum is probably a better grappler. Yeah, powered is close. Whitaker has a more powerful leg kick. Hand power, it's close. Whitaker does have power. Whitaker dropped who did he drop with his hands? He dropped Jacare, I think, with his hands. He does. I'd say it's close. I'd say it's close. If I had to really, really take away my Kelvin bias, yeah, it's pretty damn close. It's pretty damn close. That is fair. That is fair. Yeah, and the speed is kind of close too. I think that Kelvin will be a little bit quicker, but I could be wrong about that. Yeah, it's a good fight though. It's a great fight, and I think I'm gonna probably wrap it up here in like 5 minutes, but I think for this division, this is a very important fight. This is a very important fight. I think the more that I think about it, I think the winner of this fight should fight Marvin Vettori, and the winner of that fight gets the next crack at Adesanya. The winner of this fight, should they not take too much damage, should be able to match up with Vettori pretty much right. Like you can book that like right after that fight. Like, hey, this guy's not fucked up too bad. Make the Vettori fight. Say, hey, Adesanya, this gives you time to get your weight back to middleweight to 185. Get used to training at 185 for a while, and then hey, we make this fight at the end of the year. So you could say what? It's April right now, right? Getting towards the end of, we're in the middle of April. You could have, let's see, April to May to June to July. You could have the winner of this fight Marvin Vettori in July. And then you could set up the Adesanya fight at the end of the year. You could definitely do that. It's going to be a great fight. And man, I'm not the biggest Kelvin Gastelum fan. I like Kelvin Gastelum. I'm a fan. I'm standing him this week, but Kelvin is like, I like Kelvin, but he's a knucklehead, man. Kelvin's a knucklehead. Irregardless says he likes Whitaker, but he thinks it's a good fight. I agree with that. Right. Rogues on Bobby to win. Close. Very close. Very close. Very close. Very close fight. Very important fight. It's a close fight. It's a good matchup, and it's an important fight. If Whitaker polishes off Kelvin Gastelum and like fucks him up, knocks him out, or even wins a dominant decision, you had better either give Robert Whitaker the rematch or he's fighting Vettori. Like, you can't really deny him much after that, like, because you'll have beaten Till, you'll have beaten Cannonier, and Kelvin Gastelum. You don't need too many more wins other than that. But considering Vettori, like, Whitaker, you did fucking basically get chinned by Adesanya twice. Like, Whitaker had Vettori had a way more competitive fight with him than you did. It was a while ago still. Like, I would want to give Vettori the rematch before I gave it to Whitaker, although Whitaker is arguably will have beaten better competition in the lead up to the fight. That's why I think that it's appropriate for the winner of this fight to fight Marvin Vettori and then make whoever Adesanya's fight that fight at the end of the year. I think that gives Adesanya enough time to cut back down to middleweight and train at middleweight again to be ready to train for a fight at middleweight, to already be down there. Like, don't have the training camp be where you cut the weight off. You know what I mean? And get used to it again. You need to be getting used to it right now. Getting rid of that, walking around 205, get back down to 185 right now, train, and then just start preparing for these guys. You can make that fight at the end of the year. It would line up perfectly. We're in the middle of April. You can make the winner of this fight Marvin Vettori in the summer, have it be a big fucking, fight night card in the summer, and then the winner of that fight, that is your clear number one fucking contender. And then you make that person fight Adesanya at the end of the year. Have it on a big end of the year card, big ass end of the year pay-per-view. Stack that with some other fighters you could potentially make it some other fights, like a lightweight fight. I don't know, man. That's just my thoughts. That's just my thoughts. Yeah. What is the line? What is the line on that? Here says the line is off. What is that line? What is that line? UFC odds. Let me see. Let me see what you're going ahead talking about. Let me see what you're going ahead finna do talking about, Bo. Bellator. Don't need the Bellator. Yeah, I would have it a little bit closer. I would say if I was making the lines, like I said, I'm not a gambling man. I'm not a betting expert or even really an amateur. Yeah, but even still, I would have it like Robert Whitaker 175, maybe like a slight favorite, like a 150, Kelvin Gastelum minus 150, something like that. Something like that. Not a pick 'em, but Robert Whitaker being a slight favorite. He's a pretty decent favorite right there. The Kelvin Gastelum money line, I don't think doesn't sound like a bad bet to me. I put $5 down on Kelvin within a little friendly wager, but yeah, I like Kelvin. Man, those it's pretty good. I don't know shit about betting, but that seems like pretty fucking good odds, dude. Seems like pretty good odds. Well, the internet's been spotty today, boys. So I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. But I do want to thank, again, I want to thank D-Bake, aka Cage My IQ. He's got an interview going on right now, so make sure to check that out. I will be, I'm going to head over there and check that out myself. And a big thank you to my dude, Boston Nick, aka Mr. Fatfist on Twitter. Make sure you check him out. He is betting the horses right now, if I'm not mistaken, over at Pub Sports Radio Live. And yeah, just go holler at the boys at the pub, man. Shout out to Pub Sports Radio. And I think that I will probably, if the weigh-ins are at the normal time, I'll probably do either a weigh-in reaction. That's kind of what I've been doing, sort of, is weigh-in reaction. So I'll probably just go live either at noon or 1, 2, something like that, some shit like that. I expect. So yeah, look out for that. I'll be back on Friday, early afternoon, noon, 1, 2, something like that. So I really appreciate everybody that came through. Boys, we had almost 15 people in the chat today. That is a big W for this channel. We had double digits for a while. Even when it kind of died off a little, people got back up to 9. So they had a great turnout. I've really been liking the turnout lately on this channel, and have really been enjoying some of the people that I've been interacting with lately. So yeah, shout out to the usual suspects. Shout out to the newer viewers, man. I really appreciate it. This has been a lot of fun these past couple streams, and I'll be back. I'm gonna make my official picks for this fight card on Friday after the weigh-ins, but definitely we'll do a weigh-in reaction most likely, unless if Jack Attack MMA is going to do a weigh-in reaction stream, I will wait until that's done. If not, like I said, no pressure. But if Jack is planning on doing that, Jack, just let me know, and I will do my stream after that, because I'm not going to make my picks I'm not going to put my picks on Twitter until after the weigh-ins and stare downs anyway. I especially like to wait till after the stare downs to see how they match up size-wise to each other. But yeah, so shout out to Jack Attack. If he does he'll do weigh-in streams sometimes. I'd like to be there for that if he does, at least in the chat. So I'll be on the lookout for that. But if not, like I said, I'll be streaming on Friday regardless. I just don't know exactly what time yet, but I'll put out the notification when I figure it out. But yeah, thanks again, boys. Y'all are the best. Shout out to you. I'll just do what I did last time. There were a lot of people that came through today, so I don't want to miss anybody. I feel bad when I do that, when I go through and shout people out, like trying to hit everybody, and then I'll leave somebody out, man. I feel bad about that, man. So I don't want to do that. But the people that came through today, the new heads, the old heads, the usual suspects, the new champs up in here, Y'all are the best. Y'all are the shit. Like I said, special thank you to D-Bake, aka Cage My IQ, and Mr. Fat Fist, Boston Nick. Special thank you to those guys. Thank you to everybody that came through in the chat. I will be back on Friday. Thank you again for stopping through, and I hope to see you then. Peace.